Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Phoenix International Raceway. This is the Maniac Mike Woolley. In the booth tonight, we got Brandon Wilkinson and Lance Johnson back from Daytona. How was your trip down here to Phoenix, guys?
Long, tiring, but I'm happy to be here, of course, always commentating with you guys. Looking for a good race tonight.
A lot of drivers going to start this race, Brandon. What do you think, man?
Well, yeah, from my experience from Phoenix International, this track's pretty good. Supposed to be 43 drivers starting the race tonight. Times are pretty close in practice. From 1st to 30th is, only about a second, but in between there's guys that are in the 9s. There's about 10 guys in a 26.9. So it should be some close racing, going to be some good racing here at Phoenix, and I'm really looking forward to getting going tonight.
Now, we don't have a lot of time to talk. Let's talk about last week's winner.
Sorry about that. It was technical difficulties, but yeah. Richie Evans, last week's winner, number 3. Like I said, he was my prediction to win the race just because of how mature he is on the racetrack, and he stayed out of trouble, and he was there at the end with a perfectly clean race car, and it showed because everybody was just that tick slower than him, and it paid off there at the end as he took down the win in the 500. And we'll see what he can do here tonight with the points lead. Currently 24th in practice, so he did a nice race, and we'll see if some of those guys here tonight will play his strategy and just try and stay out of trouble early.
Lance, what are your predictions for the race tonight, buddy? A lot of laps to cover, a lot of drivers on the track.
Hey man, you know how I am. I pick them as they come, so this is tough, man. I've never raced at Phoenix personally. On Iron.
Are you kidding me?
So I swear, man. I know it's dumb, but I want to go with. I got a big list of guys here, and I've seen them all race, so it's tough. Can I hold on it? Can I wait on it to like halfway?
No, you gotta pick before the race starts. I'm gonna go with 03 of Barry Brooks.
Is the number 3 in this race? Richie Evans?
That's the number 3, yeah, just regular 3.
Okay. Oh man, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll go with number 3, just cause. Actually, no. Number 41, Christopher Perryman.
Oh, going for Christopher Perryman. Okay, Brandon?
Oh yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with Jesse Kaplan. I gotta stick with my driver
here. Going with the one on the top of the board, I see. As the laps wind down here in practice, right now, Jesse Kaplan on the top of the board with a 26.586. That's pretty damn fast here at Phoenix International Speedway. And Aaron Berge just behind him. He's about a tenth of a second off. And everybody's pretty much a tenth of a second on back, all the way back to Daniel Murphy, which is in 7th place. Teddy Reed, a newcomer to No Limit Racing, he's in 8th right now. Sean Lodison a little bit further off the gap there in 9th position. He's 0.241 seconds back. Colin Fern rounding out the top 10.
I feel like slow and steady wins the race here. To be honest, I don't know.
Now, remember, my pick isn't even in the top 10. And neither is yours. Ours are actually very close to each other.
I think that Christopher's a smart driver, and, he'll do his thing. He doesn't need to be fast. He'll just make his way through, stealth guy, Dark Knight, make his way up there.
Actually, yeah. Looking through it, I think since the race hasn't started, I'm going to change my pick. If that's fine, I'm going to take the 55 of Joel Hamilton.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah. There's a pick right there. All right, let's see where he is in the results.
P12.
P12, okay. All right, so we're pretty much bunched together. We've taken guys that are out of the top 10, but not out of the top 20 to win this race. Well, you know that all of our guys are going to get wrecked on the first lap then. It's just our luck.
Let's
it
hope
sucks, man. Don't get my hopes up.
Stop! You
No.
better stop that right now, Lance. No giggling during crashes tonight.
I gotta mute my mic for those. But yeah, I don't know, man. Who was the guy that was running on the outside the whole time that I kept talking about at Daytona? I'm trying to remember who it was. He ended up.
I believe it
taken
was
out.
Hendrick.
Ooh, was it? Was it Hedrick?
Randy
I'm
Hendrick.
not sure. I don't. Was it?
I believe so.
I think it was the
Yeah.
one. Jeffrey Creek, I think it was. Or there's two.
Yeah, there was two. There was the 05, and then yeah, there was somebody else. Yeah, I don't think they're in here tonight. I don't see any familiar names. That sucks. I think he would have been a good competitor because he set up his car for the outside. So I don't know.
Like I said before, as the laps are winding down right now, Jesse Kaplan in the lead, Aaron Berge in second, James Thorndike sneaking into third position right now in the practice. Matt Cherry, a guy that we didn't get to talk about too much last week, he is up in fourth, and Brian Wirtz rounding out the top five right now.
And we got Lane Dalton in the 6th position, Daniel T. Murphy in the 7th position, Teddy Reed in the 8th position, Sean what is his last name? Lodison. I've never seen that one before. Then Colin Fern in your 10th place position.
Tyler Lund in the 11th position, followed by Joel Hamilton in the 55 and 12th, Jerome Howard in the number 18 and 13th, Barry Brooks in the number 0, 3 and 14th, and Jose Pavon, LT Gray in the number 22 and 15th.
Hey, Jose Pavon, I think I'll see him up in the top 10 at least.
He was bad fast at Daytona, boys.
I think that he'll be up there. I think he's just holding off those times, you know, to the later on laps, and then he's going to start getting in the grind, getting in the groove.
Yeah, that's one thing with short track racing is that practice times and testing times are completely different than the race, which is what makes short track racing, well, I don't know if I would call this a short track, but it's a 1 mile track, but it's still, same principles. It's the race speed is going to be, maybe 0.2 slower than practice or testing, so it's going to make it interesting for sure.
Yeah,
one thing for sure, I don't know if you guys are going to agree with me on this, the first 40 laps are going to shape the outcome of this race.
Oh yeah, I agree,
yeah.
I mean, it's super tight going into 1 and 2 there, and it's super loose in 3 and 4.
Like, another thing is, some guys aren't really good, putting times up, but earlier on and later on in the race, that they're better racers than they are qualifiers. So, it's hard to tell who's going to win this one. This is a tough track to call, to be honest. I'm not seeing as I've never raced here before. Can you pull away by yourself in the front if you get away or no?
Yeah, I think so. Because,
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so if somebody is running pretty well, they could take off pretty far then. So that's hard to call then.
Yeah, these practice times are, pretty close. So, I mean, that's going to play in a factor, too, of how close everybody actually is. I've been looking forward to, this night. After Daytona last week, I was like, oh my God, next Wednesday is going to be great after this race tonight. And, I think it's just going to be another good race. 32 drivers have taken time so far. So I think it's going to be a really good race tonight. And I don't know. I've been looking forward to this a lot.
237 laps at Phoenix International Raceway. Wow.
It does seem like a lot, but it actually is only 60% of the actual race.
How much do they usually run here? Like 300 and something?
350 something, I believe. Brandon, do you know?
Yeah.
I think it is 350. I'm not sure. I can actually check on that, but I think it is 350.
Come on, man. You're supposed to be our NASCAR Wikipedia here.
Yeah. Okay.
NASCAR Wikipedia.
The Nicopedia. We can make something. I'll think about it.
You should. Maybe that hasn't been started yet. $1 million idea right there, Lance.
Edit that out, man. Come on.
Now all those viewers right now are going, hey, is there a NASCAR Wikipedia? Oh my God, there's not. I'm starting it, and they just stole your $1 million.
Well, if anybody does start it, give me 10%. I'll be happy.
I think we could prove copyright infringement with the broadcast.
Of course.
Came up with it right there.
Good idea. Well, copyright's on it, so if anybody wants the idea, feel free to go ahead and take it so I can get you a copyright. No, we got about a minute left of practice here until we get into the calls.
And we'll watch qualifying for about 4 minutes, and then we'll cut to promo and the singing of our national anthem.
Ooh, am I singing tonight?
No.
Damn.
You can next week if you really want to.
Possibly. Possibly not.
Hey, we should have that band that played at the Nationwide.
Hell no.
The national anthem.
Hell no. That didn't even sound like the national anthem at all. Except for the words.
I would give you $50 if you put that in one of our broadcasts.
Okay, deal.
You want $50 now, right?
Yeah, it's $50, man. I mean, I'll take $50. I don't care. Evidently, you're a betting man because I will do it next week, and you will owe me $50.
You play anything you want on the broadcast for $50.
Damn straight. It's probably copyrighted, knowing them. The worst national anthem in the world, copyrighted.
I mean, you still played it, though. It's $50.
Uh-oh. Qualifying has started, and we will see the time start to trickle down as we wait for that 4-minute mark to cut to promo, but we'll have to see, and I'm excited for this.
I feel like there's some good opportunities for good racing. At the same time, there's some good opportunities for pile-ups also. So, there's a lot of outcomes that can happen here. I love watching this track in real life, though, so this should be fun.
Yeah, before we get to promo here, Michael, do you have any prediction on who's going to be on the pole? And Lance, of course.
I don't know. Kaplan looks pretty strong during practice.
I'm going Kaplan. Actually, you know what? I'm going Zach. No, you know what? I'm going James Thorndike. Just cause.
I'm just gonna pick a random one.
You know what? It's not even that. It's because a lot of those numbers are drafting, and if you pick the lower numbers, like maybe around top 5, maybe Matt Cherry area, Brian Wirtz, those guys are usually the guys that run by themselves. That they'll be
Matt
able to run
Wirtz,
a ball.
the first one to put a time in,
Brian Wirtz.
But he is now all the way down. Oh, falling down quick. Joel Hamilton with the top time right now, 26.641. He's starting on the pole so far.
Come on, James, don't make me look bad.
Aaron Berge now in second place, only .094 behind Joel. Sean Lodison in third. Oh, Sean Lodison goes down to fourth as Zach Colton now takes that second spot.
I don't know, it looks pretty promising right now. Watching Jesse Kaplan out on the racetrack, it could be a possible rebound for Logan Motorsports 1-2, but I guess we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we don't get wrecked this week and Lance doesn't make fun of me until next Wednesday again.
It's an all-week-long struggle once you get started making fun of him, and it's easy to make fun of Brandon, so I can understand why you do that.
I mean, he was making fun of me all week.
Ooh.
He's in second. Kaplan's in second right now.
So who was the one that whispered in my ear not to go for Jesse again?
I went for Jesse this time just for the qualify. Closest without going over wins. Price is Right rules apply.
Oh, you guys far off, man. Top 10, I'm happy with it. Who did I pick to have the best finish or whatever earlier on? Trying to remember.
Oh man, you don't even remember?
It's Richie Evans.
No, I didn't pick Richie. I picked him first. Changed my mind though. Hold on, I don't see him on the qual list. That's why.
I tell you what, check the leaderboard out. Daniel T. Murphy in with a 1 minute and 38 second time. That's going to be tough to beat. All right, the clock's winding down to 4 minutes here, boys. We're going to go to promo and national anthem. We'll be right back. You're watching the No Limit Racing DG Vertec Cup on MWPTV1. That's MW Productions. Remember, dgvertec.net.
There you go.
.net. We were saying .com all last week. Sorry about that.
I pointed it out.
Yeah, most people probably didn't even notice, but we're going to cut to promo. We'll be right back.
Look who snuck his way up into the 5th and 6th position. Michael Woolley, who led just a couple of laps shortly on some old tires here at Charlotte. He's made his way back up to the front. Now he's working on the outside of CJ Rivera for that 6th spot as Michael Woolley now gives the number 10 truck a little bump into turn 1, John Abbott.
lights on the pace car route is going to be Joel Hamilton in the 55 and Jesse Kaplan, your front row. The 55 in the O2. The number 99, Zach Colton, starts third. Aaron Berge fourth, and Sean Ladison in the number 2 rounds out your top 5. The pace car pulls off. The excitement is in the air. We are green. Jesse Kaplan with a good jump on the field. He's going to take the lead going into turn 1. Hamilton looks like he may have missed a shift on the restart as Aaron Berge in the number 8, trying to rebound from last week, moves to the second position on the start, but Kaplan, your leader, going into turn 3.
Hamilton falling back to third. Not sure what's going on there. Kaplan takes that early lead. Aaron Berge very close in pursuit. Aaron Berge going down low in that Monster Energy drink. I believe it's a Monster Assault car tonight. Joel Hamilton, one of his local Chevrolet dealers there, sponsoring him tonight here at Phoenix. And right behind him, Zach Colton. And rounding out your top 5, Jeff Hamilton in the Snickers car. Snickers satisfies.
Well, hopefully he had 1 or 2 of those for the race, because Jeff Hamilton trying to rebound from last week. Maybe it'll satisfy his run for tonight, as Aaron Berge in number 8 looks under Kaplan, but gets a little loose in the middle of turn 2. Kaplan gets the run on the outside. Still your leader, lap number 3.
Tell you what, I'm watching Christopher Perryman, the number 41 in the 24 position right now, making moves, coming inside on the number 38 there. Definitely having to make a run from the back. I look forward to seeing him come up to at least the top 10 very soon.
And the caution is already out. As Brandon or Lance figured out who that caution was for.
1-7.
Keep your eye out for it. I do not see it, but keep your eyes out. Might be right there. There's another Cobalt tool sign over here off the corner.
I believe it might have been the 72. Hold on.
Well, that would not surprise me.
Why not?
Oh, no reason. As we go back on the replay here, 72 of Trevor Hurdle down low, almost on the apron. Basically, he was on the apron there. Just kind of taking it easy, falling back to the back. As it looks like
Jose Malvern there.
It looks like he might have blinked out there. And it looks like the 18 of Jerome Howard was in the wall.
Yeah, and he clipped somebody else there. Number 91.
Unfortunate start to the race. Jerome Howard, definitely a tough competitor, so...
Yeah, Jerome Howard, you know, pretty good competitor here at No Limit Racing, involved in that early mess with, I think it was Jose Malbran, the number 91, and just a tough start to the race here as the drivers come down pit road. Looks to be about half of the field down pit road. Looks to be 4 tires for most, and probably some fuel here, just in case for a long run. You know, that could be the real killer tonight, is green flag pit stops with such a flat track. That pit road wall comes up pretty fast here when you're in turns 3 and 4. It kind of comes up out of nowhere. So if we do get a long green flag run, that could be a pretty big factor here.
Yeah, you'll definitely see when the things start cycling around. You'll see those boys come up to the front and lead this race.
Jose Malbran's actually going to get the EOL there. Head to the back.
Malbran did get the EOL, okay.
Going to have a long run to the front. I don't think he suffered too much damage though, so it shouldn't be too hard if he runs a nice slow but steady race.
Well, it looks like the lights on the pace car are out as we get double file back up here, folks. Lap 7 of 237, so we have had 1 caution for 3 laps. 0 lead changes so far. Kaplan in control of this race.
It looks like in the early part of that run there, Aaron Berge has a pretty good car he got under Kaplan, in turns 1 and 2 and got loose coming off turn number 2, and Kaplan took the lead as the caution came out. So we'll see what happens here as Kaplan and Berger get ready to bring to the green.
Now, those two guys did not pit, and in these Gen 6 cars, pitting is almost essential. Spinning the tires is always a factor here, especially when you don't have fresh ones on. And here we go. The green flag is out, and Jesse Kaplan taking us to the stripe. Aaron Berge, a good jump on the outside, though, as they head into 1.
Yeah, these guys going side by side into 1, and Jesse Kaplan's going to get the run out of there. Aaron obviously saying, you know, I'm not going to sit here and fight you on the outside. I'll just drop back and ride along with you.
Well, and that's exactly what I would do. I don't know about you. Kaplan getting a little bit sideways, dirt tracking it almost into 3 and 4 there. Right behind him, though, Zach Colton in the Miller Genuine Draft 98 machine as he starts to work his way up on them. And the caution out again.
Looks like we might have some Gen 6 dirt modifieds at Phoenix tonight.
Oh, no. And who was that caution for, boys?
Checking it out now. You know, I think it was towards the rear.
Come on, guys. You're supposed to be on this.
Usually I'm pretty good at it. But currently. There was a bunch up near the number 7 there. Even Hollingworth. I think it might have been around there.
Well, if we can't find the crash, we can't show the people. So you guys, somebody needs to be focusing on crashes there. Well, Kaplan just taking a leisurely Sunday drive around Phoenix tonight so far in the second caution. Only 10 laps in. Going to be a long race for these guys.
Yeah, I think it might be a bit of a struggle. I'm looking right now zoomed out from the helicopter here, and I'm not seeing anything, to be honest.
Well, maybe somebody just randomly threw the caution, threw a water bottle out of on the track a little early.
Okay,
I got it.
On the restart, near the rear of the pack, there was somebody got spun. I'm going to try to get in on it here. You know the number, Brandon?
Yeah, on the restart, following, I went back and followed Trevor Hurdle on his lap number 16. He almost got involved in some trouble here coming into turn 1. It looks like the number 98 of Charles Alexander threw the little tri-oval on the backstretch, got loose and completely flipped in the tri-oval and hit the outside wall hard there. So tough break for the number 98. He was running in 31st position at that time when the caution flew, as he got loose in the tri-oval and flipped over and just smacked the outside wall. So a tough break as he blew the motor. So we'll see if in any way if he can rebound from that.
I'm actually seeing the number 38 of Thomas Adam. Yeah, they just got into it.
You just got really, really quiet.
I did?
Yeah, like you backed away from the mic or something.
Oh no, what I said is Thomas Lattimore, he actually got spun by the number 82 there.
The
Brian
82,
Wirtz.
Brian Wirtz, okay.
I think there was multiple wrecks there, so they just threw the caution.
Well, one thing about Phoenix is it is a small enough track, they might be able to get away with it. If they don't blow their motor.
That's if they don't lose all their front paneling and all that stuff. All that good
Gen
stuff.
6 modified time.
Get some dirt out there.
Last season, I believe that one of the Gen 6 modifieds actually won this race.
Really?
So I know that the Gen 6 modified schematic can work here at Phoenix International Speedway.
I'd like to see that. I'd be
Doubling back up once again here, folks. We're about ready to get this thing cracking off. As the Ford Mustang pace car comes around the bend there in that little short dog leg. It's really too bad we haven't got the updated Phoenix yet. I think we would have seen a lot better racing than this. 225 to go. Lance, take us to the line.
Here we go, getting ready to go. Jesse Kaplan and Aaron Berge here, getting ready to give us another great start. Going at it at lap 13 at Phoenix International Speedway.
One thing that nobody knows here, both of these front sitters right now, neither of them have won an NLR sanctioned event.
Jesse Kaplan pushing Aaron Berge up in the turn, giving him a little bit more cushion to drop down, and Aaron Berge's going to hit the wall.
He did tap the wall there just a little bit. Joel Hamilton looks like he's looking for blood now in the courtesy Chevrolet SS as they hit the front stretch.
We got trouble. Trouble in turns 3 and 4. Lane Dalton in the wall hard. The number 60 got loose in the middle of turn 3. And the number 60 of Lane Dalton spun into that outside wall in turn number 4. So he almost had it saved in turn 3 and overcorrected it and smacked the outside wall in turn 4. That's going to be a blown motor for the number 60 and a very tough break for one of the most, classiest drivers in my opinion in No Limit Racing.
He actually came across Richie Evans there, your Daytona 500 winner, and he almost saved it using the side of his car. Definitely a fancy technique, but did not show off today. He's going to walk out with, hopefully, it looks like a blown motor. Hopefully not a blown motor, of course.
Hopefully.
Hopefully not. Sorry about that.
And, it was nobody's fault but Lane Dalton's on that one, unfortunately. Just sitting there getting loose by himself. Let's see if one of you guys can go grab him real quick. Bring him to the booth, see if we can get a little interview with him.
Leave our handyman Brandon went down to give him a chat. And Lane Dalton's motor is going to blow up after trying to get it back to the pits. Real unfortunate, really.
Yeah, definitely one of the classiest drivers here in No Limit Racing. It's unfortunate to see him do that.
Yeah, it's tried to hold on to it. I mean, it was dirt tracking for a little bit, but it just wasn't gonna straighten out. And
Lane, is that you?
In it. That is me. I am up here.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I got out of the car so fast and ran up here, you never even heard the door shut behind me.
I think your car's still rolling down the front stretch there.
Yeah, I thought I would have enough engine in it to get it back to pit, but it won't do it. So I'll let it do its thing, and whenever it decides it's off the track, it's off the track.
So what exactly happened there? Just spun the tires maybe going into the corner? I mean, what happened?
I think I had my brake balance a little too far back, so just coming into the turn when I let off the brake, it decided it wanted to start turning a little bit. Well, in practice, it wasn't too much of an issue, but I mean, with all these restarts that we've had already, wearing out the rear tires, I mean, I never practiced with 3 restarts on used tires. Going into those turns with everybody like that.
Caution number 3 for 10 laps now. 221 still to go. We are going to be here till Easter.
Yeah, I know the feeling, and it's really disappointing to be out of this race. My goal was to just survive it. It's not a track I'm good at.
I don't think a lot of people can say that they are good at Phoenix. Like, do you ever hear Kurt Busch and like, oh man, I'm the badass at Phoenix?
I don't know about that. I don't think anybody does.
I think the outcome is usually how soft or hard the wall wants to be to you. If the wall decides that it wants to be the hardest thing on the track, then the wall usually wins.
Maybe if they had the new schematic for this track and there was actually a safer barrier there, you might have been able to save some of that car.
It would have been nice. Like, the little bit of side damage from the car getting into me would have been fine. You can get away with that there, but no, losing the engine, you're screwed.
Well, Lane, are you going to stick it up here with us?
I might hang around a little bit. I got daddy duty I can do, too.
Oh, no. You have to suffer with us.
Oh, no, I got to suffer with you guys.
That's what happens.
Hey, you ain't getting out of this crap.
If you wreck your car, you're staying up here with us.
Uh-oh.
We're back to green flag racing here. Jesse Kaplan taking the lead again. Aaron Berge following suit. Zach Colton getting a little bit loose coming out of 2.
Colin Fern in the number 33 with a great restart, and Jesse Kaplan.
Oh no, Kaplan! Our race leader!
Damn. Oh, that's a good one. Nice. Wow, he got hit hard by the number.
We're going back to the MW Production instant replay here. Well, that's Lance for you.
How did he get this job?
Oh man.
Carmageddon ensues once again here at Phoenix International Speedway, and Kaplan just took the wrong angle on that one and turns her backwards. But that wasn't the whole story. It was he didn't hold down the brake quite enough, and the 77 might have popped his motor as a result.
Plowed him, man. Wow, that was a hard impact. I think he got airborne.
And that was
60.
Teddy Reed that hit him in the 77.
Wow.
Well, with this in mind, guys, we're going to go back to live, and we're actually going to hit a commercial break here. You're watching MW Productions broadcast of No Limit Racing Carmageddon at Phoenix. And we are back live from Phoenix International Speedway as we start lining them back up to go once again. We've had 4 cautions for 15 laps. We've only completed 23 laps, so you do the math. Most of it has been cautions. 215 laps left to go. We've got Lane Dalton up here. We've got John Hathaway wants to join us in the booth. So yes, of course, John Hathaway can come up here in the booth if he wants to. We got Lance Johnson. We've got Lane Dalton. Brandon Wilkinson here, folks. We're getting ready to start this thing off. John Hathaway, how's it going, buddy?
Hey, nothing much, Mr. Woolley. How about you? How's the broadcast going today so far?
A lot of caution so far. 15 laps of caution laps and only 23 laps completed total. one lead change. That's Aaron Berge right now. He's going for his first win ever in the No Limit series, and we hope he can pull it off. Joel Hamilton and Zach Colton right behind him.
The field's green, Colin Fern, another great restart. It looks like that 33 of Colin Fern really good on these restarts here today. That's 2 in a row. So if he can survive this race, we'll see what can happen at the end. Colin Fern and the number 33 is definitely going to be one to watch, in my opinion, on these restarts.
Yeah, he definitely is making his way up there, but he's got a lot of traffic right around him. He's got the number 2 of Sean Lodison on his outside, the Hershey's Kiss car, and the Haas car right behind him of Christopher Perryman, not too far in tow.
Christopher Perryman, man, my guy. I told you guys he's going to be in the top 10 in a few laps. And where is he? 6th place. Came all the way from past 25th, I believe.
Yeah, Perryman was in the number 41 car. Really strong car as he looks under the number 2 of Sean Ledison here, going through the dog leg side by side, going into turn 3. Perryman looking for the 5th position, and it looks like he's got the run, and he has taken over the 5th position. I think Lance's pick is, schooling us all tonight. Christopher Perryman up to the 5th position, and a really strong number 41.
Could have been betting money on this, man. Making moves, man.
Moving up in life.
He is. He's chasing down Colin Fern right now. Definitely a tight race, a lot of strong cars and some not so strong.
Yeah, and look at that number 7 Napa machine of Stephen Hollingsworth. He's got some pretty heavy rear end damage on that car, but still in the 8th position. He could be one to watch if the crew can get the rear end damage fixed. It may just be cosmetic damage, but that number 7 is running strong in the 8th position regardless, damage or not. Running strong here today.
That damage, it's only a flesh wound. By the way, we're brought to you by dgvertec.net.
Can't even do the accent for that.
dgvertec.net.
What?
Oh! Lodison getting a little loose.
Hey, I'll give props to William Roberts on his Bud Light machine there and the number 51. A nice looking Gen 6 machine there.
I do like it. It's pretty.
Very, very pretty.
And it makes me want a Bud Light.
Of course. In the meantime, I'll stick to my Diet Coke.
Exactly.
Actually, that's what I'm drinking too. Maybe we should just call Diet Coke and get them to sponsor us.
Oh yeah, I'm for it.
Free lifetime supply of Diet Coke.
Oh man, that'd
The
be
more
good.
the merrier.
Yeah. That'd be good for you, but it'd be good. Christopher Perryman is keeping that same gap in between him and Colin Fern. Gaining a little bit on him.
I know Colin's got a good car. He definitely put that setup together for me, and it was a real strong running car. Looks like they got a caution out again.
Ruh-roh, Raggy. Ruh-roh. Ruby Rack?
Ruby back. Ruby back.
Okay. Find that thing for me.
You little workers.
That's weird.
There's been a lot of weird cautions that aren't easy to find in this race, making it tough.
Well, they get spread out so dang quick.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm not wrong, like I have been 2 cautions ago, it looks to be Matt Cherry, the number 48, and Andrew Bird, I believe, maybe got together. Bird with heavy front end damage, and Cherry was running up front. So it looks to be maybe the 48 of Matt Cherry and Andrew Bird may have gotten together to bring out the caution.
Yeah, that really stinks to see that happen. I think that all 3 RWC cars are now out of the race now due to that. Me and Dan Roper, we missed it. So it was Matt Cherry carrying the flag for us. So really disappointed to see that happen to him. Hopefully we can get it fixed and get back out there.
Yeah, that's for sure. Another strong competitor here at No Limit Racing. As it looks like Jesse Kaplan is out of his car. And Michael, do you want to get a word with him?
Yeah, let's get him out here. The more the merrier. We already got 5 people in here. Let's make it 10.
Somebody gonna order pizza?
Brandon's paying for pizza tonight.
Oh, I'd like that.
He's always paying for pizza.
Jesse Kaplan, Brandon Wilkinson here. Strong run early on in the race. What happened there going into turn 3 or turn 1?
First of all, I want to say thanks to my guys for helping me build the setup with Wilkinson Motorsports, and then I was coming up to, and I had to run down the back, and as I turned into the corner, I realized I braked a bit late, and I slammed on the brakes, and the rear end just shot around.
Yeah, as you look fast in the early going, may I ask, were you worried about that 8 car at all? I mean, did he get inside your head to make you brake late, or was it just a mistake on your part?
It was a mistake on my part. I wasn't really focusing on him, just focusing on what was out in front of me, because I had all clean air and everything, and that's all I had to worry about, in my opinion.
Yeah, seeing the racing out there tonight, 3 cautions for 12 laps here. We're on lap 35, about 200 laps remaining. How do you think the rest of the race is going to go, and how are you going to rebound from this and come back next week strong?
Well, first of all, last week I had a tough week as well, wrecking, and then this week it's going to be a tough comeback, but at least early as I'm in the season, I have really good buddies of mine help me out. Great setups, fast cars, and I'm just going to put this behind me. I think the rest of the race, there's going to be definitely a few more cautions, I think. And then the race will start getting better towards the end and all that, but it's just focusing now about next week. Moving on and going for the win.
Yeah, that's for sure. Congratulations to you and good night, but tough luck. You can either stay up here with us and chill, or you can, go do whatever you got to do down there on pit road, but it's your choice if you want to stay up here, go back. But great job tonight, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Thanks, no problem.
And they are gonna delay the green here.
New leader on the track, Jose Malbron.
Actually, one of the guys that got in a wreck in the rear, I believe.
Yes, I believe it was Jeff Hamilton, now in 2nd place. Jose Pabin, we haven't seen him all race long. He's in 3rd position. Followed right behind him, Aaron Berge in the number 8 Monster Assault car.
I have no doubt Jose will be up there for a while.
Oh yeah, Jose's a fantastic driver. He'll stay up there for quite some time.
He's probably one of the cleanest drivers I know.
Except for that one time when he gets into your rear. He does that every so often. You gotta watch out.
Everybody has a brain fart.
LT Gray.
Hey, I didn't know it's a brain fart. He could be doing it on purpose just to throw people off.
Yeah, he's
From
the
a
LT Gray,
curveball.
man.
He is the LT Gray. He's also the master of blowing up engines on green flag pit stops.
I've done that myself, so you can't blame that on him.
Yeah, I would like to see if we can get a long run in here. Who's got the best long run hot rod so far? We haven't seen anything.
Tough to call, man. There's been so many cautions that everybody's on fresh tires.
Aaron
right
Berge's
now,
looked
almost.
pretty good all race long. He's got a pretty fast ride there, and he keeps putting distance in between him and the other guys. Looks like he got hung up in pit road. Here we go. Green flag once again. Jose Malbron bringing us into turn 1. Jeff Hamilton on his outside.
Colin Fern with another great restart as he goes into turn 1. Looking for the 5th position coming off turn 2, and he's got a fast car going through the dogleg. Colin Fern Up to the 4th positions, we got
Oh,
three live.
Oh, big one! It's Jose!
Get the
And the 33 of Colin Fern slides up the track, too.
Big wreck on the infield.
I think I know why we have so many viewers, guys.
the wrecks.
I think it's entertaining.
Tough break.
I mean, I agree it's entertaining.
As we watch the replay here, Jose's down low. The 99's right behind him. And going through the dog leg. Jose. Oh! It was actually Colin Fern that pulled down just enough to spook El Tigre. El Tigre down, spins the car out, and collects a couple cars as well.
Our former winner of the Daytona 500 is currently in a Gen 6 modified, smoking away, having a cigar show inside that machine.
Smoking like a hibachi grill.
Yeah,
Before
actually,
last week.
he must have listened to our comments from the last race because he's now in the official
Gen 6 modified.
Yeah, and and his engine just popped. That's his race.
Oh no. Well, with that said, we're going to take a real quick break, guys. We'll be right back. You're watching MW Productions' broadcast of No Limit Racing here at Phoenix International Speedway. We have 6 cautions so far for 22 laps. Only 40 laps completed out of 237 with 198 left to go. Ford lead changes. Sponsored by DGVertec.net.
In a world where survival is the only rule and feelings have no place, where winning is everything
Brandon.
and weakness is fatal, how much difference can one person make? That depends on the person. In every life, there is a line that cannot be crossed without leaving everything behind, except faith. Once that step is taken, there is no looking back, and all that lies ahead is destiny. There is no looking back, and all that lies ahead is destiny.
Is it just me, or are you guys having a bit of a delay issue too, or are you guys up to date on the broadcast?
And we're back live once again from Phoenix International Speedway. Boys, what do you think so far?
I feel like the radio frequencies there got caught up with the broadcast, and I believe something slipped through there. I'm not sure what happened, but yeah, we heard some radio chatter.
It's also a wreck fest.
Hey, it's not a wreck fest. It's Carmageddon. Get it right. As we do have some drivers retired now, we're going to go back here and look Richie Evans has retired. Our winner of the Daytona 500, Jesse Kaplan. Teddy Reed, Nick Dawson-Lathan, and Lane Dalton all retired from this race. Lane Dalton joining us right now. He's still here. Yep, he's up in the booth. We're forcing him to stay with us. If we gotta be here, he's gotta be here.
Well, I was gonna be here anyways. So
you caused one of the wrecks, buddy. You're stuck in jail with us.
Hey, I didn't cause the
first
one
car
though.
is into the pits, and we're getting ready to go. And underway green flag at the pace of the first race. Aaron Berge getting another great start.
Aaron Berge definitely has that car dialed in.
Wow.
As the rest of the field's pretty bunched up behind him. Jose Malbrun falls back to third or fourth now. Joel Hamilton working on his inside. Joel Hamilton's going to move up into third place. William Roberts, a guy we haven't seen all race long. We talked about him briefly. The Bud Light Chevrolet SS now up into second position.
Yeah, I think besides Lance pointing out the nice paint scheme, we haven't really talked about him at all. He's gaining a lot of ground here on the number 8 of Aaron Berge. Looking pretty good in that number 51 Bud Light machine. He could be another one of those contenders, as he was at Daytona until that wreck. So we'll see what happens. Aaron Berge's still really fast, though.
Look good, race better.
Seems like they seem to calm down a bit now.
We got a car loose in 3, but a good save.
Malbrun.
Jose Malbrun, yeah. Hits the apron, but now down on pit road. Probably an unscheduled stop here, as he was running up front on this restart and just fell back. Something's definitely up with that car. Tough break from Malbrun as he's down on pit road now. But the field just about single file throughout the whole length of the racetrack. And there's a lot of fast guys in the back, I've noticed, but seems like they're putting some in their pocket and saving for maybe a long run here. Christopher Perryman back there running strong in the 13th position. Jeff Hamilton seems like he's just trying to stay out of trouble. Brian Wirtz running in 10th, just having a solid run, trying to stay out of trouble, as we saw last week at Daytona. If he wasn't involved in one of those wrecks, he'd probably have the car to beat. But Aaron Berge is still your leader. William Roberts, 0.6 of a second off him.
William Roberts playing
James Thorndike, he's up there now. And look at, but don't look at real quick. The number 75 of Daniel T. Murphy. He's in the top 10. He's working it right now, and it looks like he's coming on pretty dang strong.
William Roberts, man, looking like Manchacker out there. Tracking down Aaron Berge. Nipping out them footprints. Making runs.
Yeah, as Jesse was saying, it seems like everybody's calmed down now. Everybody giving more give and less, take, as we saw in the first 40 laps. So it looks like Michael was right. The first 40 laps is really going to shape out how this race was going to go and who was going to be there at the end. Michael, once again, with a great prediction. But as Jesse said, the field has calmed down here. So we'll see what happens if we can get a long green flag run. Like John was saying earlier, it's going to be interesting to see who's fast and who isn't on the long run.
We'll just call that first 40 laps the jitter laps.
Daniel T. Murphy trying to make a move on James Thorndike, just kind of, James obviously holding them off a little bit, but Daniel's really trying to dig his nose deep on the inside. Look forward to seeing him pull an aggressive move here eventually. And there is a caution flag out. Lap 52, I believe the 7th caution. This moment where we try to find this incident.
as it looks, the caution came out for the number 35 McDonald's Ford Fusion for John Boger, and that number 35 heavy front end damage as he was running in the top 15, I believe, before that caution came out. Now back to the 20th position with heavy front end damage, and that's a tough break for that 35 team. Because it looks like he did get into the wall pretty good.
Let me get a good view on that right now to see exactly what happened. Ooh. Definitely a hard impact. Almost like the same thing that Lane's up there, almost. Not so much. He kind of just skinned the wall and lost it. That car
looks
on the
like
inside.
he collected Jerome Howard a little bit too.
Yeah, Jerome not making the impact too much easier.
It looks like Jerome Howard almost got into him a little bit going into turn 1.
Aaron Berge leaving the pits, which makes us have a new leader here. And checking it. Yep, Barry Brooks. And who said that Barry Brooks was going to be leading this race?
He didn't say anything.
Oh, come on. It's on the broadcast. I'll go back. Don't make me turn this car around. Oh, and as he heads into the pits, damn it.
Hey, he was still
a lot of guys on different tire strategies right now. Watch Joel Hamilton take 4 tires. Looked like Jose and Aaron took 2. Bunch of different strategies to get out of the pit and get a good mission for this next restart.
I'd take 4, man. It's so early, it doesn't even matter. I mean, unless you're really trying to stay in the front, I'd just try to take 2, be conservative.
Yeah, I mean, talking to these guys before the race here tonight, it seemed like most of them were trying to play it safe, and sometimes that just doesn't work out. But most of them said that right front tire is going to be the Achilles heel for them, because they're going to try and keep that, nice and clean at, at least 90% the whole run. As the right front tire is going to be, a big factor if they can keep that right front tire from, wearing down a lot on a green flag run. So, like Lance said, I would definitely take 4 here. Yeah, it's early in the race, 55 laps of 237. There's no reason at all to try and take 2.
I don't think 2 tires will work at this track. When I was out there, the rear tires really started going away after a few laps in practice. So I think it's more of a worry if your rear tires could survive the run rather than your right front.
I'm still feeling that the right tire, that right front, is really the concern point on these cars, and in all of our testing and our practice. I mean, we had issues with the tire getting well over 270 degrees, which is beyond the melting point for these things. I mean,
Sean Lodison, sorry to cut you off there. Sean Lodison in the Hershey's milk and milkshake car. Confusing ass car.
Delicious.
Delicious, but confusing. Yes, he is the leader right now. Berge on his outside. I'm pretty sure Berge's going to smoke him here, but we'll see.
Whoa, that was uncalled for.
I'm just saying.
Cars. Look at the top 5, man. Look at the colorfulness. And we are green, red, blue, and all sorts of other colors.
Speaking of green, we are green flag racing. Aaron Berge, just like Michael said, with a run on the outside going into turn 1, off of turn 2, your new leader.
And you said Aaron it was Berge. Uncalled for.
Sean Lodison, number 2 in the 2nd place position, now possibly falling back to 3rd, as William Roberts makes a great run on the inside in that Bud Light machine. At 59, James Thorndike is going to make another aggressive move on Sean Lodison there. Sean can use and abuse on the inside there. You better hold it down or he's going to have a lot of cars pass on the inside.
As we go to the roof cam on top of Sean Lodison's car to watch everybody roll by.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, him and
Sean's a good friend. Sean's a good friend of mine, so I can get away with that.
Sean gets hit by a bus and thrown under the bus.
I think he was just trying to get some extra points. But his car does seem to be pushing like a dump truck right now.
But 5 cars passing him on the inside, 75. Daniel T. Murphy tapping the grass a bit, cutting the lawn. Helping the Phoenix grounds crew do less of a job on the grass.
Well, if we had the new version of Phoenix, they wouldn't have to.
True. Very, very true. I like the old version, kind of.
The old version has some really good racing, but wait until the new version comes. A lot of people are expecting everyone to be cutting the dog leg, and there'd be a lot of trouble going into turn 3 and 4.
Kind of like Chicagoland. I got taken out of first place there, fortunately, because of that, cutting the triangle.
Catching up to your leader right now, Aaron Berge in that number 8 Monster Energy Assault Chevrolet SS, still in command of this thing and doing a great job of getting around this track. He is just taking it easy. He's being smooth, but right behind him, once again, William Roberts starting to catch up.
He is fast, man. Also with William Roberts, he's fast too. And James Thorndike also, those guys are fast, and they just, wow, great job.
Be right back, I gotta take a piss.
Oh, alright. See if we can find some side-by-side racing here.
Well, this race is turning out to be good rather than what happened in the beginning, like it was the ARCA series.
As Willie leaves the broadcast for a minute, let's do a top 10 rundown real quick. Your leader, and at the point, lap 63 is the number 8 of Aaron Berge, and in second is that really fast. Oh, big trouble, big trouble.
That doesn't sound good for as many cars are left.
Looks like the number 87 of Anthony Thitchner got loose coming off turn number 2. Collected a few cars. They did drive away, but Thitchner just heavy front end damage, and that car is, as Michael would put it, smoking like a hibachi grill.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the number 99 of Zach Holton down on pit lane right now too, pulling into his pit box. Outrageous levels of damage on the rear on the back of that thing.
Yeah, number 87, Anthony Thitchner, plowing that wall. I don't know how that blew his engine. Did it pop it?
Looks like it did.
He's still moving. He's got power. I don't know for how much longer.
He's gonna have
Nope, not anymore. That one just blew.
And he is now out of the race.
This wall, it's taking advantage of cars, man. You don't even have to tap it too hard, and they'll pop your engine real quick.
Yeah. This track is making the cars look like they're made out of paper mache. It's pretty disappointing.
It comes into play since the last update when iRacing changed the damage model. If you barely scrape that wall, you're going to have at least 20 seconds of damage, and it's very hard to miss it and all that, especially at Phoenix, where you got to get your car to get off the corner very good, otherwise you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, these guys really eating the wall tonight. Wall sandwich. So these guys definitely not hungry for any more wall sandwiches and trying to get these cars fixed up.
You're telling me I don't want any more wall.
I was out there with all wall in practice. I mean, it was tough, especially off turn 2. When you hit the bump coming off and it straightens up the car real quick, it's either you're going to get loose and hit the wall or get tight and hit the wall, and it's just very hard to control your car there.
That is Jesse Kaplan, Lane Dalton, your former wall sandwich buffet eaters. You two obviously not too hungry anymore.
I'm back, boys and girls.
Not for that concrete. I don't want any more concrete.
I'd rather have safer barrier.
Michael, we were just talking about the wall sandwich buffet.
Oh no, what happened now?
We were just talking about how a couple guys in here had a all-you-can-eat buffet with the wall, and Anthony Thitchner was going to join that club also.
Yeah, they're just stacking up to get in line for the buffet, I guess.
Well, it is tasty. Especially the.
Have you ever thought that
Yeah,
maybe these guys are just hungry and they want to get out of their cars and have like a hot dog?
Yeah, possibly. Like,
I can tell you I'm hungry. I don't think I would have gave up my car to go have a hot dog.
I don't know. I might have.
For some good southern barbecue, I'd get the hell out of that car as fast as I could and go eat.
Let's
seriously.
Brandon, go down and get Brian Word. See if he wants to talk a little bit.
Have fun, Brandon.
Oh, he's
All
still
I'm
in the
saying
race.
is
Never mind.
Yeah.
I thought he wrecked out.
My man, Christopher Perryman, is back and forth again, coming from the 15th position. Called him up. I told him to let off, fall back. And I told him again about 3 minutes ago, or about 10, get back up to the front, make me look good, and he's doing it.
Lance, you don't know what you're talking about. All right. As the pace lights are out, we're getting ready to go green once again, folks. I know you're excited to see the rest of this 171 lap Wreckfest. Here we go.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it is, Mike.
It's a 267 lap race, but with as many laps going, it's still an ARCA series, in my opinion.
How are you holding on back there, Brian?
So far we haven't been making it the fourth gear into turn one.
Ooh, let's go, ready to race.
You really need to get up there. We want to see something. I'm going to put the camera on your car right now.
Well, the thing is, people are trying to take it too lightly, and they're trying to be too careful, and it's just creating wrecks.
Oh yeah, you get loose that way. You got to find that happy medium. You can't go too slow because that car will get loose and get right underneath you.
You could ask me that.
You ate the wall.
It was tasty as hell.
Wall one.
Good old Aaron Berge continuing to lead.
No surprise.
William Roberts still trying to track him down. Obviously stronger than Aaron in some points, but Aaron being stronger in the others. And William Roberts is going to try to make a move and almost get loose and hit that outside wall. Lost out to shoot him inside eventually.
Looks like his car is just amazing through the middle of 3 and 4. Really getting a good run on Aaron.
Yeah, he definitely is. He's closing the distance big time.
He was right on his bumper there, but he got a bit loose. And,
Oh, Aaron slid up a little there. I think we might see William take the lead on this one.
Oh, he's down low. He's dirt tracking it out of 4.
You got Christopher Perryman, my man, coming up.
And here he comes. Here he comes. William Roberts to the inside now, going into the dog leg. He's going to get it.
But Aaron Berge's not going to give up.
Bud Light not taking this race too light, making big moves on the inside. Christopher Perryman also going to get on the inside of Aaron Berge possibly, and he's going to lose it a bit, and they're all going to form into a line again.
And I had a talk with Brian a little earlier this week. We're not going to ask him too many questions here because we know he's trying to race. But we had a little bit of a talk with him, and he said that Lance Johnson sounds like a really mellow Jared Mogart.
Oh my.
All right.
As mean as a comparison as that sounds, I meant that kind-heartedly.
Well, things just got interesting.
I'm going to be thinking about that all night.
That's kind of weird. Anyways.
I want to make a quick shout out to my guys because they're both in the top 10 right now. Mr. Colin Fern and Tyler Lund up there in 6th and 7th doing a good job without me.
Come on, get out of here with this.
Brian now taking another position away, taking down Daniel T. Murphy, which is going to move Brian Wirtz now into 4th position. Daniel T. Murphy still hot on his heels, but Dan looks like he might be just driving it in a little bit too hard.
Ooh, Tyler gets loose off of 4.
I seen that too. I didn't want to jinx him.
He saved the car though. No damage there on that last big motorsport car.
Looks like Colin Fern in the number 33 is going to let him down. What a great teammate act. What a great sweetheart move as we discussed last week.
Oh, jeez. He's just being a sweetheart.
He's just so sweet. Such a sweetie pie. Oh! Brian Wirtz giving Perryman the bump and run.
Better get off of my driver's spot.
Alright, let's, Brandon, let's move Brian down back to his spot there.
And as we have a little bit of calm time, we're joined by Anthony Fitchner here. Anthony, what happened there?
I got pushed into the turn. If you look, he bumped me. He wasn't clear there. Got pushed up into the wall, bounced off the wall, and came back down again.
Hey, you were having a great run before that, and that's, it's definitely a tough break for you and your whole team. You were pretty fast tonight. Who you got to thank?
Well, I mean, it was a lot. We're trying to get through all the wrecks. I started at the rear to try to stay away from it all and just make it through it all, but it was hard to do. Obviously got collected in there, but I just want to thank the guys for putting up the hosted session, man, and another week of racing. Hopefully it gets green here. See some good racing going on.
Yeah, that's for sure, and we look forward to seeing you back next week. Either, you can hang out, chill with us in here, or you can go down and do whatever you got to do on pit road. But you're more than welcome to hang out in here. Great job, and yeah, we definitely look forward to seeing you next week.
Aaron Berge slowing up even more. Now the 41 of Christopher Perryman on his back door as they hit the front stretch. Aaron Berge has kind of lost sight of William Roberts there. William Roberts taking control of this thing in great fashion.
I think Aaron's overusing his tires, especially in the first few laps of that restart.
Yeah, did you see how high out of the groove he was there?
Oh, yeah.
He's still out of the groove a little bit.
Ooh, Christopher Perryman's going to make a move on the inside.
He's in that Haas racing machine. And he's going to fall back in line. Brian Wirtz back there right behind those guys, just waiting to capitalize on the situation. Daniel T. Murphy's still hot on his heels. And back there just a little ways is Matt Wirtz in the Meyer Ford Fusion.
And that, Aaron hit the wall a little bit there, it looks like. Getting real tight in that turn there. Brian Ward's thirsty to pass Christopher Perryman there.
It looks to be a hard charger here in the early going. Brian Wirtz, who we saw last week, was running up front with Richie Evans pushing him at Daytona. Unfortunately, he was one lap down and wasn't able to get the lead, but he was technically on the lead lap, but pretty hard to go all the way around and catch somebody at Daytona. So
Joel Hamilton still with a clean car there. I think he is just kind of chilling right now. He's just trying to keep that thing clean and keep it off the wall.
Just chilling.
As I say that, he gets loose. Whoa!
All right for Joel Hamilton.
Didn't he start on pole?
Yes, he did.
So back fourth early. Yeah, he was doing good early on, but he seems to be falling back now.
Looks like
I think he's just kind of waiting.
Well, it is a long race.
Yeah, that's true.
Brandon, Michael, Lance, I want to thank y'all for letting me be up here with you guys, but I gotta go hit the road.
Anytime, man. Don't hit it too hard.
Like you did with the wall.
Well, I would have had a thicker barrier inside my car, but I'll remember that, Brandon. No worries. See you guys later. Have fun.
Later. No more wall sandwiches for you, man. Take it easy.
Yeah, see ya.
And we got Corey Chaffin in the house. Corey.
What's up?
What's up, buddy?
Yeah, not much, man.
I tell you what, we've had more commentators in this booth tonight than probably all last season.
I don't know, man. It's more like a stripper commentation right now, I believe.
What? It looks like the number 8 of Aaron Berge falling back a little bit as Christopher Perryman, Lance Johnson's pick earlier, got by him for second as the number 82 of Brian Wirtz. We just spoke with him. He's side by side with him going through the dog leg, and Daniel T. Murphy looks to follow going into turn 3. So Aaron Berge, as John Hathaway said earlier, it's going to be interesting to see what these guys have on the long run. It looks like Berge is falling off for sure.
Daniel T. Murphy's trying to make a move on Brian Wirtz here. Getting a little too close, having to possibly step on the brakes a bit. Matt Wirtz getting behind Daniel T. Murphy, trying to get past him to meet up with Brian and work together and possibly try to take the lead and second place together as teammates.
Well, this is definitely the longest green flag laps we've ran tonight. Let's see, we've got 89 of 237 down completed, and we only have 33 caution laps, so now we're in the plus column. And just as I say that,
caution flag comes out.
Damn it.
Wooly!
Yeah, it was all my fault. Yep. I take complete responsibility for that one.
That one. Not gonna do it.
Not gonna do it. Wouldn't be prudent.
Not gonna do it. I tell you what.
Remember, everybody out there watching in YouTube land, we are sponsored by DGVertec.net.
DGVertec.net.
Exactly.
It just doesn't sound right. It's like I need the .com.
.com. Yeah. I don't
Keep that
know.
in mind, DGVertec. Change your domain or whatever.
No, don't tell our sponsors to change their
you
stuff.
can't do that.
Just
You're
for me,
supposed to
come
be
on.
upholding them. Come on now.
Bad form. Bad form.
I love it though.
Well, we're going to take this caution, and we're going to go to a real quick commercial break. You're watching MWPTV1. That's MW Productions broadcast coverage of No Limit Racing at Phoenix International Speedway. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Todd Holmes, driver of the 75M Ford Mustang Leaf. This is what I do by night. And this is what I do by day. I sell new Fords, and I've got the best selections of used inventory that you could ask for. Come see me down here at Second Ford.
Are you tired of getting hassled at the dealerships? Looking for a salesman that knows what he's talking about? Are you looking to buy a new or used car? Then look no further! Sexton Ford Moline, Illinois has the biggest selection of new or pre-owned vehicles, and Todd Malmstrom is the salesman you want. Todd is an expert when it comes to cars. And if you don't believe me, then you should see him race on a Sunday night. With his top-notch professional customer service and expertise, he will make sure you go home in the right car for the right price. No hassle, no haggling. Todd will make sure that you're happy when you leave the lot with your newer pre-owned vehicle. Remember, Sexton Ford may be the talk of the town, but so is Todd Malmstrom. If you're in the market for a new ride, then buy one from a winner. Todd Malmstrom at Sexton Ford Moline.
Green, they're all rolling in front of you, they're all rolling.
And we're back. Still sitting here live at Phoenix International Speedway as the race gets back underway. And Bergie taking it back under control.
The Burgonator.
There you go. That's his nickname, the Burgonator. Sounds like some sort of burger that fucking... oh, whoa. I did not mean to say that word. That... we'll have to edit that out later. That Burger King would come up with. The Burgonator.
Baconator, man. The Baconator.
Oh, that's Wendy's, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, the Baconator is Wendy's.
The double A Burgonator.
Double bacon Burgonator.
God, you guys are making me crave some fast food right now.
I know, right?
Oh.
Good thing I have donuts.
You know, the great thing about being a driver who's out of the race is I could stand up and walk away and leave you guys by yourself.
You could, but I will ban you.
You can't ban me.
Oh, I can.
Ban.
Watch. No, I won't do it. I would ban you, but it's so hard to figure out how to get them back because you have to follow their IP address.
You guys will ban a lot of people if you have to spam this.
William Roberts really not able to reel Bergie in, or the Burgonator. What would be on a Burgonator?
Possibly a lot of sulfate fuel.
Yeah, some hydrocarbons.
Okay. I say that it's a white frosted donut. What you do is you slice it in half. 4 pieces of bacon, 2 patties with melted cheese, and that is the Burgonator.
The diabetes Burgonator.
And we were going to make this more professional this week.
Hey, I got a message on Facebook telling me to be professional.
I know, but I wanted to know what would be on a Burgonator.
You found out.
You learned today.
You gonna learn today.
You know what we should do is we should have all of our viewers write in the comments what would be on their Burgonator.
There you go. Yep, there you go. That's perfect.
So the question is, if you had to have a Burgonator, what would be on it?
Uh-oh, Jose Pavlin's slow down low, and he's got damage on the back.
Matt Cherry and Tyler Lund semi going at it here. Also with Matt Woods leading them.
Jose is definitely fighting that car.
Ryan Works takes a look under Christopher Perryman down the doglegging. Perryman does close the door. That was pretty close for the 82 and the 41. Perryman with a nice aggressive move to get himself back on the bottom of the racetrack.
Number 7 of Stephen Holland, who was trying to make a move on the inside, and number 15 Jeff Hamilton. Not gonna make it happen. Definitely getting some good runs going into the turns and having to hit the brakes, possibly getting behind Jeff.
One thing I absolutely hate about Phoenix is when you go into turn 1 and 2 there, it feels like you're on a caution lap.
Oh, yeah, that turn is so miserable.
I can hear it, man. It sounds like a caution lap.
Oh. and you almost feel like you have to shift down.
Oh, number 15, Jeff Hamilton.
Jeff
is gonna
Hamilton.
hit the wall.
In the wall hard. That stick hard.
Oh, and he definitely has a lot of right front damage as he tags the wall again. That thing is pushing. He definitely messed up the camber on that Snickers Satisfy machine.
Number 38 of Thomas Lattimore trying to get past him as quick as possible.
Yeah, Lattimore's like, I don't want to have any part in this.
Yeah. He's feasting out on a wall sandwich and I do not want any.
I'd rather have a Burgonator. Where is that guy?
A double diabetes Burgonator.
Speaking of him, William Robertson, that spotlight number 51, is reeling him in.
I see that right now.
On the corners.
He's going to try to pass him up high, and he might actually succeed.
Oh.
Bergie actually down low for once, not riding high in the corners. Oh, he's going to try to shut the door on him. No!
Side by side.
William Roberts, he's going to get him.
The Lone Ranger.
And he's good. And that's it. He's got it. Good job.
Hi-yo, Silver! Away!
What?
The most professional commentator
Hey, I'm
in
sorry.
the league.
I'm sorry. I had to do it.
It was due.
I approve.
As William Roberts is going to go ahead and put some length between him and the Burgonator. Burgonator falling back a few tenths of a second now. And Brian Wirtz is kind of looking in the water. Looks like a shark smelling blood.
It's funny you say that. Every time I see Brian coming through the field, all that pops into my head is the Jaws.
So he's making a move on him again. Aaron Berge getting huge roll through the turns, then falling off again. He's trying to push it real hard coming into the turns, and he's losing all of his momentum trying to come out of the turns. That Williams beating him there for sure.
And he was so calm at the beginning of the race, you know. It's very uncharacteristic.
He wants it, man. I think he's angry that Williams challenged him so early in the race. Williams' car obviously performing like a dream right now.
And I dare say it, but we've gotten some green flag laps in.
Yellow flag's out, man. Take it in. Daniel T. Murphy keeping that car clean, man. He's definitely riding it safe. When he gets close to the guy in front of him, he's just holding it there. Making clean passes, keeping that nose nice and clean.
Yeah, right now riding behind James Thorndike, I believe.
Yes, sir, in that very American land of the free machine there.
I like it.
I am Canadian, and we won the gold medal in the Olympics, men's hockey and women's.
So does that mean Canada has to take back Bieber?
Nope, I kicked him out of the room. No Canada talk here, boys.
Uh-oh.
He probably doesn't even realize it yet. See how long it takes him.
He's probably still talking. That's a bad.
Are you going to be a good guy now? You didn't even realize that I moved you out of the room.
Oh, I did not realize it. I'm hurt. I seriously did not hear it.
Don't talk Canada in this room, buddy. We're American. America!
Oh, Canada. I had a good commentary going on, too. Do you know that there's majority Canadians on iRacing? It's kind of weird, actually.
Okay, we're going to stop that talk now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it looks like Bergie is just, he's struggling. He's getting loose coming out of the corners now, and he just eats up those tires as quick as he possibly can. Burgonator dropping ground now.
Yeah, he was looking promising there in the early part of this race, but now I don't think that he came down to take tires at any point during these last 3 cautions here. And like John Hathaway said earlier, the long runs are really going to prove who's going to have something, and it looks like Bergie falling off, but it seems like every time I say that, he hears me in his head, and he's like, all right, I'm going to prove this crowd wrong, and then he pulls right back up.
Probably watching the broadcast.
So there I say
it, man. There is guys who listen to the broadcast while racing, which is weird, and I couldn't do it myself. But
I would be laughing.
I mean, if they said, "Oh, Lance Johnson coming around the turn," I'd be like, "Oh no." And he's getting loose, am I?
Let's check on Joel Hamilton, see where he is right now. That courtesy Chevrolet car.
Michael, just so you know, Jeff is Canadian. His wife is probably watching the broadcast.
We're just joking.
Just so you know. Figured I'll let you know. I'll switch you back.
You know you're on the broadcast saying that, right?
No, I switched it.
Yeah, you switched me, but the broadcast comes through here.
Was not playing.
Anthony Thitchner informing me that Jeff Hamilton is Canadian. So you do have a fellow Canadian in there.
Oh yeah.
Anthony, did you think I was serious?
No. I was just letting you know because was going on, and I was like, "Well, damn, Jeff's out there. I wonder what his wife's thinking or anybody watching."
Wait, what? What did he say?
Oh, he didn't. Anthony was just letting us know.
Oh, he thought that it was bad because I was, chanting the Canadian gold medal on men's Olympics pride.
I swear to God.
I'm sitting here watching the broadcast, tuning it around.
Yeah. And you guys really didn't miss anything besides Lane Dalton telling me not to ever root for him. Broke my heart.
Well, they've definitely gotten stretched out around this track. Let's see. William Roberts might actually see some lap traffic soon.
James Thorndike making a move on the number 41, Christopher Perriman. Daniel T. Murphy just holding on, going for a ride.
As he looks low there in the dog leg, almost some trouble between Daniel T. Murphy and James Thorndike in the dog leg. Murphy is all over 59, but still trying to keep his nose clean in that number 75 Ford Fusion.
He almost hit the wall there, actually. That was really close. I will be right back.
Guess we should give a shout out to Jeff Hamilton's wife. Love you.
Yeah, Jeff Hamilton's wife, man. Canadian pride all the way, Canada.
Just leave. Go where you need to go. Come back. But Michael, last week, William Roberts getting into some trouble. I mean, he's rebounded big this week.
Yeah, he came here ready to race, and he is proving just that.
What a great run and a great race he's putting on. And the number 51 Bud Light machine.
Well, the question is now, how many laps can these cars go on a tank of fuel?
I think max fuel load, if I'm not wrong, and Lane, feel free to correct me, but I think it's about 70, 80, 90 laps.
It's right in the 70 laps, but those right side tires get real hairy getting into that point, especially the rears.
So you're thinking there might be a pit for tires before fuel?
I know me and my guys were talking quite a bit about doing short stops just so we could get good tires on the car and get back out there, just because you start losing so much time with them wearing out. I mean, 40 laps in, we're almost like a second and a half off of what we were doing on fresh tires.
Yeah, that's true. Phoenix International, one of those tracks where it's a tire killer, you know, and you really gotta conserve those tires and make sure they're clean. I mean, there's really no way to do it, but if you can figure out how to moderately keep them fresh, I mean, you're gonna be golden.
Yeah, I think Aaron's really feeling it right now. He's falling back to third. Brian Wirtz has gotten by him, and it just looks like Aaron is pushing so bad that right front must just be about dead.
And James Thorndike just nipping at his heels now. James Thorndike is actually pulling Daniel T. Murphy right along, and they're going to be passing him there any minute.
Yeah, I don't know that Murphy's in the mood for any passes right now. I think he's just riding along, taking them when they show up.
Sometimes that is the smartest thing to do, though.
Yeah, it really is. He's keeping that nose clean on number 75 Hoosier Ford Fusion. He's doing a really good job, and he was side by side with the 59 James Thorndike about 3 times the past 10 laps, and he was on the inside and had a good run, and just kind of let him go. Thinking twice about the moves that he's making early on. And going back to that tire discussion, we hadn't talked about the 51 at all, and maybe that was the strategy of that team. To conserve the tires early. Maybe that was the strategy for the 51 team, as he's gotten a pretty good lead at the line last time. It was 1.4 seconds over Brian Wirtz, so pretty good lead for him, as we have almost contact the 59 James Thorndike in turn 3. Gets a little sideways and almost slides up into the 8 of Aaron Berge. Berge loose off the corner.
Looking back a little further, Matt Wirtz is now just past the number 41 of Christopher Perryman. Christopher Perryman also falling back just a little bit, guys.
Yeah, Perryman looked really good here in the early stages of this run, and looks to be falling back now. And again, going back to what
coming
John
into the
said.
pits, boys.
Aaron Berge's taking a pit stop?
Aaron Berge's pulling into the pits. I think he's done with those tires. Screw fuel. Get new tires on that right side.
It's time to go, boys. Monster energy drink Assault. I don't know if you've ever had one of those. Those are pretty tasty.
No, that's actually a tasty one. The other one, not so much.
Well, I like the original Monster.
Oh, yeah.
That's my favorite, personally. But the Assault one, isn't that the one with juice in it?
Yes, that one's got a little bit of a kind of like an orange juice in it.
Right, yeah, I like that one. That's pretty good.
So it looks like Aaron's taking 4 tires, getting out of there, not peeling out of the pits. We're going to be rejoining the track in about 12th. Might lose 13th here. 13th place.
Mike Rominger, another one of those drivers last season who was really good. Rominger with some heavy rear end damage here in the race car. He was looking good in the early going in that freaky fast Budweiser number 4. It looks just like Kevin Harvick's car.
I like it.
It looks
very
really
streamlined,
nice.
very straightforward, and easy to look at.
So the opposite of Lance, Matt. Just kidding.
Lance, okay, we were fighting over this last week. What in the heck is on the back of your car?
Where?
Lane, I'm sorry, not Lance, Lane.
Oh, you're asking what's on the back of my car.
It looked like box art for like PC games. I don't know what it is.
Don't
It's actually the
Lance.
On the back of my car are the covers for the trilogy for the Galactic Mage. You got Hostiles, which is the last of the 3, and you've got Ripped in the Races, which is the second book. And they're just posted on the back there. I had a Dragon on the back for a little bit, but Thorndike got a little confused and was wondering why it was blocking out the lines that run down it on the back of the car, the stripes.
Mike also has 2 names for you. You're Dalton England.
Hey, I have not said that once today.
Not yet. Yeah, it hasn't been said today. It just got said now, and it wasn't Woolie's fault.
Yeah. Put $1 in the tip jar, buddy.
You're going to split that with me later, right, Mike?
Of course.
Oh, good.
Depends on what he's splitting.
Hopefully pizza.
Andrew Bird driving around the track in my number 13, Coors Light Ford Fusion.
Your number.
It's my number, buddy.
It actually looks pretty good. There's a lot of nice looking cars there tonight. A lot of.
Lattimore driving the number 38 Harley Davidson machine tonight. And he is just about to get lapped. If I'm not mistaken, that's William Roberts right behind him.
It is, it is. Now, only 11 cars on the lead lap now.
Ooh, that was close.
It looked like he tried to clip him there. That was a bit scary. It looked like he tried to give him a little bit of a tap on the side there.
And we were just talking about him a little bit earlier. There's the Snickers satisfied Chevrolet SS of Jeff Hamilton. He's just taking it easy. He does have a lot of right front damage, though, unfortunately, so it's probably making that car push tremendously.
Brian Ward's trying to make moves through the lap cars. James Thorndike trying to keep along with him, trying not to lose his position there. Gonna stay right on Brian Ward's bumper so we can keep on making moves.
Yeah, they got a lot of traffic coming through there, all those slow cars. Number 2 there with no front end.
Yeah, you see Daniel T. Murphy, he's actually caught back in it and he lost a lot of ground from it.
Another guy on the pits right now, the number 26 of Tyler Lund. Looks like he is just now getting out of the pits.
We've got a great race for the third place, or for the second place rather. James Thorndike and Brian Wirtz. Now with no lap cars around them, this should be a pretty good race. Brian Wirtz maybe having some front end damage on that car. 2 laps ago coming off of turn 4, him and Steven Mastro actually got together. Yeah, that could have been some big trouble, but a nice save by both of those drivers, but could have caused a little bit of damage to that car as Thorndike tries to make up ground, really pushing that car and joining the battle now as he gets by the lap cars. Daniel T. Murphy in the number 75 Hoosier Ford Fusion. So a good battle for a second through fourth here. We'll see how this shapes up on the long run.
Yeah, Daniel's been, like we said earlier, just riding, you know, and he's doing the right things at the right time, and he's riding perfectly fine.
Under 100 laps to go now, boys.
Yeah, under 100 laps to go, and William Roberts with a 1.9 second lead at the line last time. But I will have to see what it is this time. Brian Wirtz gaining some ground actually on the 51.
No, 2 seconds now.
Yeah, Roberts with a really fast lap for a long run stretch here. Roberts just hitting his marks perfectly as Wirtz got it down to 1.9 seconds last time at the line, but Roberts again gets it to 2 seconds, and this time at the line just about the same.
A little bit more again. Wow.
As Roberts coming up on some more lap traffic. That's the 13 of the 13, sorry. Having some difficulty to say 13 Coors Light Ford Fusion of Andrew Bird. and the number 22 of Jose Pabon El Tigre.
El Tigre! He's my boy. You're my boy, Blue. You're my boy.
Williams still continuing to gain the ground.
I don't know. Have you go into the gyro cam on William Roberts' car? He is taking these corners so slow that you would not believe that he's pulling 28 O's right now.
Watching right now. Yeah, he's just got to roll, man. God-given roll. Wow.
That is a man on a mission right there. That was a 27.9.
Wow.
He definitely had the long run car.
I think his car's getting better.
I know it's getting better the longer he runs it. I need that guy set up.
Oh yeah. Last lap, 28.178, still good. Oh, somebody almost losing it in front of him.
It looks like the 22 of Jose Pabon got into some trouble there. Looks to be loose, the number 22 of Jose Pabon. So hopefully it doesn't happen in front of William. Trying not to jinx him here.
When you say it, what do you mean?
Trying not to lose the race car.
Hopefully it doesn't happen.
Yeah, it could be a real big deal.
It could be some sort of Chinese food buffet for all we know. Oh yeah, man, that Bud Light car, I said, look good, race good. He's definitely making it work.
Yeah, as he comes up on the 13 of Andrew Bird, really making it work.
A lot of spread out race.
Yeah, that's for sure. Looking back deeper in the field, Mike Rominger, who we were talking about in the Freaky Fast, opposite of Lance, Freaky Fast Budweiser machine, number 4, has moved up to the 8th position, and Daniel T. Murphy has moved up to the 3rd position. And Brian Wirtz gaining ground 0.3 of a second, bringing it to 1.5 seconds. I don't know if Robert's having some trouble, as he looks to be maybe a little bit loose with the car. The wheel moving a lot more than it usually does in the corner. But Brian Wirtz gaining a little bit of ground.
Ooh, losing there. Yeah, losing ground that time. About 100ths of a second.
Yeah, as we close in on lap 155, let's give the viewers a top 10 rundown. In first is the Bud Light machine of William Roberts, and in second is the number 82 of Brian Wirtz. In third is the number 75 of Daniel T. Murphy. In fourth is the number 59 of James Thorndike, and in fifth, rounding out your top 5, is number 81 of Matt Wirtz. Take it away.
And there's Christopher Perryman, my man, number 41 in 6th place. Joel Hamilton, number 55 in the 7th position. Mike Rominger, number 4 in the 8th position. And Barry Brooks, the number 03 in the 9th position. And Andrew Bird, number 13 in the 10th position.
Yeah, and Bird went a lap down there.
Yep, only 9 cars, I believe, on the lead lap.
But as we were going through that, Brian Wirtz brings it to 0.8 tenths of a second here. So Wirtz really making up ground with Daniel T. Murphy right behind him on his heels. We could have a good race for the lead.
Definitely a lot of cars still on the track. 21 Gen 6 machines on the track still, just not all of them on the lead lap. A lot of them one lap down. So definitely room to come back.
As Daniel T. Murphy makes the pass for the second position, turns 3 and 4. As we were saying, that 75 Hoosier race car is on a mission here.
Yeah, I actually caught that on the gyro cam there, and it looked real good. Nice pass, Daniel. I'd like to see him catch up to William Roberts there and give him a run for his money. That'd be something else.
Yeah, for sure it would. And coming up through the field now is the 8 car of Aaron Berge on fresh tires. He is 1 lap down, but fighting for that lucky dog with the number 13 of Andrew Bird, who is right in front of him in that Coors Light Ford Fusion. So as we were saying last week, it looks like he's got his vision problems worked out here as he's working through this field pretty good.
Agreed. The medical center obviously did a good job.
For sure.
Not sure where Mike went.
I'm right here.
You alright, man?
Just letting you guys hit it.
You didn't have a stroke or anything in that seat over there?
Ah, we're good to go.
Alright, good to hear.
161 laps of 237 down. Only 77 laps to go. We've had 12 lead changes in this race so far. 9 cautions for 37 laps. We'll be right back. You're watching MWPTV1, and that is on YouTube, sponsored by DGVertech.net.
Net.
.net. Come on, man.
It's so stuck in my head from last week.
Trucking has always been a part of me. It started years ago when my dad and granddad were hauling vegetables to market in Liverpool. The family immigrated to Canada in the late 60s and settled near Alliston, Ontario. I bought my first truck in 1982 and Mercer Trucking was born. Today, Mercer Trucking has over 50 trucks and terminals in Toronto and Los Angeles. Our storage facilities at both terminals can handle any size of distribution needs throughout North America. We service the continental U.S., including Hawaii and Alaska. We run over 120,000 miles per month and some of the best equipment on the road today. We specialize in less than truckload shipments, show freight, we do rush team service deliveries, and haul your refrigerated or heated product. Our regular team service from Canada to California is second to none, and our staff and drivers are among the best in the business. I'm proud of our people and what they can achieve. Trucking is in my blood, it's my livelihood, and it's what I do best.
He sounds like a turtle.
And we are back.
Did you catch that, what I just said? The last bit of that, Michael?
Something about a turtle.
Perfect timing. I was just talking about Tony Oldham, one of the Talladega heads on iRacing.
And Joel Hamilton making his way down to the pits now in that number 55 courtesy Chevrolet machine.
I'm starting to wonder if William Roberts has a fuel plan. Oh, yep, he's going in now.
Looks like the majority of the field came down pit road last time, but as we were in the break, we had a good battle for the lead there between Daniel Murphy and William Roberts, and Lance and I were talking, and we're thinking it's going to be a pretty good race here at the end. Joke set aside.
Joel Hamilton, 4 tires and fresh cans of Sunoco fuel in that Chevrolet, and he is back out of the pits.
Race fuel. Sunoco race fuel. Not just fuel, man, it's race fuel.
Don't correct me on the air.
You know it's just in fun.
And now the 45 of Steven Mastro down on pit road, and it looks like he is definitely going to get 4 tires and Sunoco race fuel.
Number 22 of Jose Pabon is in the 22nd position. And he is the last car to be on the track.
Thorndike also coming down and getting 4 tires and fuel in that machine, and he is back out on the track as well.
Yeah, as before, green flag pit stops broke the battle up between the 75 and the 51. It has resumed. Daniel T. Murphy in the number 75 Hoosier Ford Fusion and the number 51 Bud Light Chevy Impala SS. In 4th and 3rd right now, Aaron Berge, the Bergenator, your leader.
Bergenator with extra bacon in the lead.
And now keep in mind, he did pit a while ago.
Yes, I do remember. It was at least 30 laps ago.
How many laps of fuel will you get on a full tank here?
Somebody said something about 70.
70, yeah.
I was going to guess something like that.
So not too worried about tires, evidently, these guys. But Berge will have to go back in and pit again.
Yeah, those tires with these guys' setups that are running the really nice setups, they're all burning off, pretty equal, so... he's definitely going to have to go in, though. Sometime soon. William Roberts trying to catch up to Aaron Berge here. 2.6 seconds back. Let's see if he can do it. This is the point of the race where it's kind of hard to say too much because there's just so much either single file racing or just drivers trying to maneuver through lap cars.
Yeah, that's for sure. We're going to see if William Roberts and Daniel T. Murphy can catch Aaron Berge, the Bergenator, in the number 8 Monster Machine. I almost said Axe. I don't know why. But it's about 1.1 seconds from 1.7 at the line. So we're going to have about a 3-car battle for the lead. We'll see if Berge pulls over and gives it to him, or if he's going to fight. Knowing Aaron Berge, he's probably going to fight for that position.
fight you can look forward to seeing here is Matt Cherry and Matt Wirtz, the battle of the Mats, coming up here real soon. Matt Wirtz definitely catching up to Matt Cherry there, and we're going to see him go at it here. The battle of the Mats. He's gaining in the number 13. Gonna try to slip in there, Andrew Bird. Fall off.
As we see Aaron Berge in the number 8 Monster Machine, I almost said Axe again, down on pit road as William Roberts at the line is your leader once again. Daniel T. Murphy not far behind at all, as this lead is 0.4 seconds and just getting smaller. Murphy doing a really good job of reeling him in, and as we were saying, he did a really nice job all race of keeping that nose clean.
Matt Wirtz getting cut off by the number 13 Andrew Bird there, screwing up his chances of getting up to Matt Cherry. Matt Cherry actually getting a position on Stephen Hollingsworth because of all that. Definitely a big bunch up, and I can imagine that Matt is pretty frustrated getting blocked into the wall there by lap cars.
Yeah, it's always a frustrating situation getting blocked by a lap car, as we saw last week at Daytona.
Agreed.
But that is all behind us, and he did do the mature thing and apologize, and mistakes happen, so.
There is a fight here. Christopher Perryman and Stephen Hollingsworth going at it. Christopher obviously keeping his front end decently clean this race. Doing a good job of staying out of those wrecks.
It is a good battle for the 6th and 7th position between Perryman and Matt Wirtz.
Yeah, they've been switching around a lot.
Matt Cherry tight in the center of turns 1 and 2. He's going to jump up the racetrack. Cherry does shut the door during the dogleg here, as we're going to have a battle for the 5th, 6th, and 7th position. Matt Wirtz takes a look under. The lap car is going to push him down farther on the racetrack.
Getting a little bit loose there. A bit of wobbling. He's going low. Matt Wirtz gonna get it. Looking like he's gonna drift up a little bit under the number 48 of Matt Cherry, and he's gonna get it.
Almost contact there coming off turn 2.
Definitely going out of here. Christopher Perryman looking on the inside of Matt Cherry, and he's just gonna form up behind him and possibly slingshot out and try to get him again on the inside on the next turn. And he is shooting in, making it happen, holding it low. Number 48 of Matt Cherry is going to hold it up, and Christopher's going to glide on by. Trying to follow Matt Cherry, it looks like, up there.
Once again, off of turn 4, almost contact between the two, Perryman and Cherry in the 41 and the 48. Another close call, but good job by the driver to stay off each other. As Perryman almost hits the wall coming off things close.
Perryman obviously working real hard right now, trying to get up there, back in the top 5, chasing Matt Wirtz down. And Matt Wirtz obviously has a pretty clean car, and he's trying to also catch up to leaders there, using that clean car to his advantage.
Yeah, staying out of trouble at Phoenix, and any track rather, is it's a big deal. And you see guys late on in the race here: Christopher Perryman, Matt Wirtz, Daniel T. Murphy, Brian Wirtz, all guys that have stayed out of trouble. Top 10 cars, every single one of them. Joel Hamilton in the 55 starting to move up now into the 9th position. He's another one of those guys who kept his car clean. Mike Rominger behind him, rounding out in top 10 in that 4 machine.
I believe there's 11 cars now on the lead lap. Colin Fern being the 11th position in the number 33 machine.
that Fern looks to have a little bit of rear end damage on the left side as Tyler 1 gets into the wall right in front of Matt Cherry. That could have been pretty bad.
Heard that actually. Once again, a lot of spread out racing here.
Yeah, and the guy I'm watching with heavy rear end damage and some front end damage as well in the Napa number 7 is Stephen Hollingsworth. He's still trucking along with all that damage, but Joel Hamilton definitely closing in on him.
Joel Hamilton has a fairly clean car there. Been pretty clean throughout the whole race. I think his car is actually perfect, so you can look forward to seeing him on some fresh tires getting up to the front.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. Talking to him throughout the week, he did say he was, going to play it conservative for sure, as he was at Daytona and got caught up in, the big one that happened last week. I'm sure you all remember that one. But and he said he wasn't even pushing it, still running a top 5, and he feels that the car is good tonight, and he's starting to push it here at the end as he makes the pass for the 8th position. Hamilton up to the 8th position, 7th position rather, at the line.
Looking like he's trying to pass my man Christopher Perryman.
As the reason why Hamilton jumped up 2 spots there is because Matt Cherry in the number 48 down on pit road.
Christopher Perryman looking like he has a little bit more front end damage there. I'm not sure what happened. He might have come in contact with another car. His hood's kind of crumpled up there.
Matt Cherry down on pit road right now, taking 4 fresh tires and the Sunoco fuel in the OEM Matrix car, or Metrix car, I should say. And that Chevrolet SS number 48 is back on the speedway.
Here in Bury, another getting a lap down now. Not sure. I guess he pitted again.
Yeah, another one of the guys that had pitted last time by was that number 33, Colin Fern. We saw him falling off a bit as he goes a lap down with that left side rear end damage in number 33. Fern with a great run last week and a good run this week.
William Roberts, definitely the Lone Ranger of this race. Honestly pulling 2 seconds away from the second place guy multiple times during this race. Making it happen all the time whenever he wants to.
Yeah, it looks like he has complete control of this race. William Roberts doing a really nice job staying out front, staying out of trouble, and getting by these lap cars. I mean, that's a really important part of being in the lead, is getting by the lap cars, and he's doing a really, really, really good job of it.
He actually lost a lot of ground there, having Colin Fern come by him and pass him on the inside, and he's now down to around 1.6 seconds ahead of Daniel T. Murphy, and Daniel's really looking forward to catch up to him. And I do believe Daniel could do it if he put a lot of effort into it and, hit his points perfectly.
As we did see him lay back a little bit in the beginning of the race, trying to keep his nose clean, and you never know. I mean, he could just be doing that right now and tricking us all. He could pull something out of his hat here. I can't really say hat, but out of his helmet here at the end of the race, and make a move for the win.
Believe it or not, they do actually carry hats in their cars most of the time, so he could be pulling something out of his hat and his helmet. Multiple options.
Swag.
Christopher Perryman, obviously, my guy having a bit of damage there on his front end. I do believe it might be affecting him a little bit.
So far, only 197 laps down now of 237. We've got 40 to go this time by. 15 lead changes, 9 cautions for 37 laps. So we definitely have caught up and surpassed. We're in the plus column now. You know, we were in the negative column there. We had more caution laps than green flag laps. But it looks like everybody's gotten settled down, and we've got some good green flag racing here going, boys.
Yeah, cautions, 3 cautions, and we've had no cautions, so it's all green flag for the rest of the time, I hope.
And near the end here, this could get really
Oh, no! There is a definite accident out of the dog leg just as I bring up green flag runs again.
As soon as I said cautions, breed cautions, man, I swear.
Yep, it came right out.
I'll take the blame on that one.
Looks like Steven Mastro got into a bit of trouble as he's smoking like vodka, really.
Oh man, Colin Furr, man, running a decent race, trying to keep his car clean, and unfortunately hitting the brakes and slamming into the cars that wiped out there. Really unfortunate. I believe he blew his engine also. Colin Fern keeping his nose clean 90% of the race, and one little thing like that, his engine's gone. Unfortunate outcome for Colin Fern.
And the question now, with only 38 laps left, is it time to pit, not take fuel, and just take tires? What are you going to do?
This is a tough decision because, you know, a lot of guys pit earlier on. There could be some guys that are, you know, skimping on the fuel by a few laps, and they might need to get in and pump a few gallons.
As you see William Roberts come in, you also see the 75 of Daniel T. Murphy come in. Looks like Wirtz is also in. The 59 of James Thorndike is in, and so is the Burgonator.
I think I started a new name there for him. I think I might have to stick that one to him.
He should put that on the side of his car.
Burgonator.
Burgonator.
At least. William Roberts looking to, I believe, keep his first place position. And 4.
Continue what you were saying there, Lance.
I was just saying, William Roberts, I believe, is going to keep the first place position.
Yeah, I believe so too. Let's see if we can actually get Brian up here.
Sounds good.
Brian Wirtz, Brandon Wilkinson in the booth here. You got a copy?
Yep.
Hey man, the car looks really good. Just like last week, you know, very clean, very, you know, you're running really good. Do you think you have anything for him here at the end?
It really depends on how the start shakes out. Depends, the 51's been checking out the last few restart, but his setup, it seems to come in later, so I'm gonna have to really push it early to get ahead of him.
Yeah, with 36, 35 laps remaining in this race, is it checkers or records at this point, or is it still conservative?
I'm still points racing up until the white flag is down. It all goes out the window with 1 to go.
Yeah, there's definitely a popular strategy for every driver. Who do you got to thank that got you to this point and for the rest of the races?
So far, I guess, myself. I don't know. I was the only one. I made a setup for myself. No one else really liked it, but it stuck and it's worked.
What about us, man? You can't thank us. I was cheering you on.
Thank you guys for supporting me.
Hey, man, that car, it looks pretty nice too. Feeling it. Definitely plain, but definitely, you know, stealthy.
Is that your opinion of it?
I guess so, man. There's not too much decals on it. You know, you're just, you know, trying to keep the aerodynamics on it. You know, that little less than a millimeter could throw the air off. You know, so gotta keep it to a minimum.
Thank you guys in the booth. I gotta get back to my teammates for this restart.
10-4, we'll get you down there, and good luck, man.
Thank you.
Ciao. And we're getting ready to go green flag racing here. Green, 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 and we're off. Phoenix International Raceway. Lap 204 out of 237.
Murphy loose in the center of turn number 1 here, as we almost have a little bit of 3 wide. It looks like James Thorndike tried to get under Murphy, but Murphy with a run off the corner, side by side. It's going to be Murphy. Daniel Murphy with the lead in turn number 4.
Told you, man, he's waiting.
He's playing possum is what he's doing.
Oh yeah, he's just riding, letting people pass, and boom.
Looks like he's going to throw the blocks down here. He's pushing the 51 down towards the barrier.
Wow.
Whoa, and Thorndike comes in real hard into 3. Oh, 51 getting loose. Thorndike pushing.
Ooh.
Thorndike almost into the wall onto the front stretch.
Murphy's
and now he's got Brian down low. Brian's going to get past Thorndike.
Daniel getting a little bit loose, pushing him down.
Yes, as Michael was gone, we did get a word in with Brian Wirtz, and as he said, not very much to say, but I'm points racing until the checkered flag comes out. So Brian Wirtz all over the 51 in the 75. He did say he was going to try and push his hardest here in the early going.
Oh no! Brian Wirtz gets into the left rear quarter panel of the 51 and sends William Roberts around with only 31 laps to go.
Wow.
Yeah, you're making real good time.
And we're going to get an instant replay on that one.
Oh man, he is points racing and now he is points pacing. What an impact.
Nice analogy there, buddy. Well, for that, he's probably going to get the EOL and go to the back of the pack, unfortunately. Depending on what the determination of the wreck was, which we're watching the replay right now. We're riding on board with Brian Wirtz. It looks like the 51 gets held up by the 75. Brian Wirtz had nowhere to go, so it might just be a racing incident.
I don't think it was intentional. You heard it yourself. He's racing for points, and I don't think he would have done that on purpose. He was just trying to get out of the way. That's really unfortunate, though.
We will have to see what the NASCAR officials say, though.
Yeah, props to the guys behind them who did miss that wreck. That could have been a lot bigger than it actually was.
I bet you one thing is happening right now, though. The 75 of Daniel T. Murphy, he is licking his chops. This is like a steak dinner, baby.
Brian Wirtz is trying to keep his heart from popping out of his chest there. Obviously getting a little bit scared. Seeing that car spin out right in front of him and not getting into it. Definitely a close call for him. Possibly, depending on the officials, like you said, Mike, he may have to work his way back up from the rear, which could be a challenge.
But he does have one challenge. If he does have to go to the back, the 51 of William Roberts will be back there with him. Ooh. William is still on the track, and if we see anything else from William Roberts today, we know he's bad fast at Phoenix, and I don't think a little bit of damage is going to mess him up too bad.
No, neither do I, man. That is a fast car. He's like a comet coming in back to Earth, and, don't be surprised if you see fire coming around his car from that speed, because he is going real fast, and he's going to make his way back up there, no doubt about it.
And this is not surprising, seeing the 51 Bud Light Chevrolet SS coming down pit road for fresh tires. I mean, he's got nothing to lose right now.
Yeah, with only 11 cars on the lead lap at this point, with 27 to go. I mean, there's nothing to lose. You got to come down. You get those 4 fresh tires. Look for that number 51 of William Roberts, who was already fast, to be faster here.
Looks like he's actually down there getting a little bit of damage fixed up too. And he is off, and he is coming off pit road right now, folks. The 51 Bud Light Chevrolet SS, William Roberts, making his way back onto the track. Remember, we're sponsored by DGVotech.net.
Net. I get it in my head.
Yeah, you need to. I'm gonna
We
drill
said
that
it
in your
so
head.
much, man.
Shush.
We drilled the other thing into my head so many times. It's stuck. I gotta get it out.
And looks like the 82 of Brian Wirtz is not going to go back to the back of the pack. So the NASCAR officials did see exactly what we've seen. And the 75 of Daniel T. Murphy is going to take us to the stripe this time by. The pace lights are out. And we're getting ready to go green flag racing. Only 27 laps to go. 16 lead changes in this race so far. 211 of 237 down. 11 cautions for 45 laps. Let's go green flag racing!
I wish I could yell like that right now. It's worth it.
Hey, it's getting exciting. I think Brandon said it earlier on. It's going to come down to an exciting finish. I think he was right.
One thing I was right about tonight, but Daniel T. Murphy and Brian Wirtz get ready to bring you to the green. Michael, take it away, buddy.
And here we go, the 75 taking the green flag, and they're off like a bunch of rocket ships. The 82 getting a little bit better of a run as they come through 1 and 2, and they head towards the dog leg. Brian Wirtz is past the 75 of Daniel T. Murphy. Matt Wirtz back there with James Thorndike on his inside. Now turning 3 and 4. The 82 getting a little bit loose, catching himself, and back onto the front stretch. The 82 of Brian Wirtz is in command of this race.
Daniel T. Murphy, your silent but deadly possum coming up, trying to make a pass on Brian Wirtz, tracking him down, looking to make a pass on the inside. One of the guys coming from the rear. Oh, and the number 7 is into the wall. Stephen Hollingsworth.
Stephen Hollingsworth in the Napa number 7 got loose in turn number 2. I didn't see the whole thing. I'm not going to say contact or not.
Number 48 of Matt Cherry actually flipped his inside on Stephen Hollingsworth.
Yeah, Matt Cherry was on his back bumper coming out of 3 and 4 there. He had the 51 on his inside. And, yep, it looks like Hollingsworth checks up. Matt Cherry does not.
Yeah, Matt obviously determined to get to the front in the low amount of time that he has, and being a little bit too aggressive.
Yeah, Cherry with the run there in turns 1 and 2. Just couldn't stop the momentum he had. I mean, he had really good momentum, and it looks like nobody's going to take pit road here. I mean, I can't say I'm not surprised by that, but the number 51 of William Roberts comes down pit road, and the Bud Light Chevy SS number 51 to get some more damage fixed on that car. He went from the 11th position to the 10th position, at least moved up 1 spot. So we'll see what happens here, if he can get any more fixed as we go back here.
Yeah, I'd definitely like to see William Roberts come up in the rear and at least make a fight for top 5. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that's for sure. William Roberts, not more passive aggressive, but I think here in the last 20 or so laps, he will be an aggressive driver trying to get through that field and try and make some excitement happen here. As Brian Wirtz, not Matt Wirtz, but Brian Wirtz is your leader at the line with 21 laps remaining in this race.
Well, technically it's 22. If you got your calculator out, you got to complete the last lap.
Yeah, true.
Remember to watch Real Sim Racing Monday nights here, same bat time, almost same bat channel, and then we go Tuesday night to Phoenix as well, the RSR group and the ITSR group doing Phoenix next week on Monday and Tuesday night. And then where do we head on Wednesday night next week, guys?
I would love to tell you. I am not sure.
I believe it's Las Vegas.
Oh, that's fun. That's a good race.
Brandon, you might want to check that. I don't know, but I think it's Las Vegas.
That's the one that I would like to run personally.
As I pull up the schedule here,
The NLR runs on the NASCAR normal schedule, correct?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, I believe that is where they're at then.
Alright, boys and girls, there is not a seat that is filled in this house right now. Everybody's on their feet as they take the 20 to go, and they're going to take the green flag. The pace car is ducked on off into the pits, and we're off to the races again. Daniel T. Murphy and Brian Wirtz. Matt Wirtz right behind them, right beside James Thorndike, and look who's back there, the Burgonator.
Thorndike in the 59 really loose on the start and really loose going through the dog leg there.
But he's making it work for him.
Big trouble.
Matt Wirtz getting stuck up high. Now the Burgonator down low, off onto the front stretch. The Burgonator's got a little bit of a room there as he works underneath Matt Wirtz. As I get the two confused, Joel Hamilton not too far behind. Christopher Perryman right there as well.
My man. Christopher gonna try to make a move on the inside of the number 81, Matt Wirtz, and it's not gonna happen as he's pushing up a tad. Matt Wirtz is gonna drop it in back into that line and try to get right behind Aaron Berge, sorry. Gonna take it on for a ride.
Daniel T. Murphy's slowing up a little bit for that turn 2, and that's giving Thorndike a little bit of a added, what do you call it?
Pull.
No, not just pull, but
edge.
Added. I don't know. We'll figure it out later. Yeah, sure. Sounds good.
You just got it added.
Caution is back out on the speedway.
Like I said.
But who's it for?
On the grass, on the low side on the front stretch. Car in the grass here. He might come back up here. Be careful here. Alright, so real high here. Real high. Like right up, real high. Curve through.
Inspector Gadget is on the case.
Caution out on the racetrack for the number 18, I believe, of Jerome Howard got loose in turn 2 here.
I'm not sure if that was actually the case. Okay, I saw some smoke there, hold on.
It looks to be maybe a blinking car on the racetrack too, as there was fresh tire tracks leading to the wall with smoke. So it looks to maybe be a blinking race car also out on the racetrack.
Okay, here we go. Hold on 1 second. The number 13 got sideways with the number 48 and the number 55, Joel Hamilton. Matt Cherry in the 48. The number 13 is going to get clipped by the number 48, Matt Cherry. Definitely a bit of net code, and he's going to go right up into the wall.
That's a tough break right there.
Yeah, not much you can do there. Definitely a connection issue, and Hopefully it didn't cause too much damage to his vehicle and he can get back on the track and run with a slightly banged up car.
As Michael was saying, a very close call for the courtesy Chevrolet, number 55 for Joel Hamilton there. Good job getting by that, but we did have a pretty good race there between Chris Perryman and Matt Wirtz. Perryman in the 41 was all over Matt Wirtz there on that last run, almost getting into each other. So we'll see what happens here on the restart.
Oh man, my shoulder is killing me. Getting all tensed up watching this race.
Boom, killing. As looks like we're going to be going back to green with 12 laps remaining, if I'm not wrong. Daniel T. Murphy, not with the restart he wanted last time, as Jerome Howard does get the lucky dog. Sorry, Jerome, when you watch this, I did not mean to call you out like that. Anyways, lights on the pace car are out, and throw me under the bus.
Take it away, man.
Alright. Go ahead, Michael.
No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead, man.
Alright. As I was saying before, we'll see if Daniel T. Murphy can get the restart of redemption, as he had a pretty poor restart last time. Can't say bad, but he had a pretty poor restart last time, so we'll see what he can do here.
And the lights are off, and Brandon is ready to start shouting and letting you know that we're ready to go green flag racing.
Yeah, definitely. Lights on the pace car are out, and it's going to be Brian Wirtz in the number 82 and Daniel T. Murphy bringing it back to green. Lap 225 coming in 226. The field is green.
Thorndike getting a great catch up there, short shifting it, going into 1 and 2. The 75 up high right now. James Thorndike down low as we're in car with James Thorndike right now, almost to the inside of the 75. Now right on the back bumper as they go into 3. Oh no! I don't even know if that was contact.
Wow, he saved it.
I believe that was Arrow.
Oh my. Wow, good save.
Thorndike being really aggressive here with only 11 to go. Now underneath Thorndike comes the 8 of the Burgonator.
Side by side, Aaron Berge coming in, trying to make a move on the inside, looking to shoot on the inside of number 59, James Thorndike.
Murphy is coming back.
And look at that 51 Bud Light Chevy SS, number 51 of William Roberts, behind the number 55 of Joel Hamilton, looking for the 7th position here on the racetrack. William Roberts trying to make a good run out of an incident, 20 laps to go. So we'll see what happens here.
A lot of aggression going on here, drivers know there's not much time going here, and the time is running out, and they need to get things done if they want to gain any positions.
Only 9 laps left to go this time by Thorndike right in front of Aaron Berge. Aaron Berge kind of closes the gap a little bit, has to slough it off because he's in the same line, can't run him over. Well, I guess he could if he really wanted to. Daniel T. Murphy right there behind them too. Anything could happen at any time. Daniel T. Murphy really driving it in hard. 8 laps to go this time by.
Daniel T. Murphy, one of the cleanest drivers in this race, almost spinning out and making an amazing recovery, sticking behind the Burgonator, looking to make some passes. Oh,
whoa, big crossover by the 59 of Thorndike as he gets loose through the grass, up to the wall. He saves it, and Daniel T. Murphy makes contact and spins him out with only 8 to go. This is going to be a big finish, boys and girls, and I wouldn't be surprised if Daniel T. Murphy is going to be sent to the back for that one.
You know, that one's hard to say.
It is hard to say because, Thorndike was getting loose and he was all over the place. So
through about half a lap, I think Thorndike was sideways. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean,
it on a racing incident.
Yeah, you might be right.
You know, it's so late in the race to just take it from somebody just because a small incident like that. You know, he didn't hit the wall, no damage was done. I think that they should let it go, but I'm not an official, so we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, after reviewing it here on the replay, I definitely agree with you. I mean, with all the trouble that Thorndike had coming out of 2, there was no way for Daniel T. Murphy to know exactly where he was going to be when it all sorted out.
Exactly. It's really hard to look left and right watching the guys swerve all over the place, so he was just trying to keep it safe. And, you know, Daniel, obviously a very clean driver, accidentally drifting up, you know, on a rare occasion.
And that last green flag run, silently coming through the field and now in the 6th position is the Bud Light Chevy SS number 51 of William Roberts. He's going to be starting 6th on this restart, and I know for sure he's going to try and make some sparks fly here on the restart behind Chris Perryman. This could be the race ending and a very exciting restart, to say the least.
Extravagant.
Yes, exactly.
Extraordinary.
Trying to find a better word than a great restart, but
we'll be flabbergasted.
I was just gonna say that.
And Daniel T. Murphy actually taking it down pit road.
Really? Pretty uncalled for. And look at that, William Roberts in the 6th position now. Working his way up, man. I think he's gonna be up there fighting. If I'm calling at least a top 5 for William Roberts there. Minimum,
huh?
Oh, yeah.
As Daniel T. Murphy did get the EOL penalty, and a good call by the race officials. It could have gone either way.
It was a tough call.
It was, and unfortunately for Murphy, it goes against him.
That kind of bums me out, but, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. We're here to talk, and they're here to officiate, so I'm sure he'll get back up there, at least to the top 10 again, and wish the best for him and his travels.
This is gonna be good.
I agree. I was getting a little bit excited on that last green flag run. Hearing a TV in the background there. Obviously somebody wants me to hear a nice...
Okay, anyway. I was talking, but evidently I had myself muted. The lights on the pace car are out. Aaron Berge up top. Brian Wirtz down low. Matt Wirtz right behind Aaron Berge. And the lights are out. The pace car's off the track, and we're back green flag racing. Boogity, 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 boys, as the 82 spins the tires.
Brian Wirtz was coming in contact with Aaron Berge, who is also taking the lead. And the number 41, my man Christopher Perryman, making moves, having to hit the brakes there. Number 51, like I said, William Roberts is making ground. And obviously a lot of brakes being hit here. A lot of guys getting thrown off from the backups here.
2 laps left to go this time by as Berge makes his way out of 2. This could be his very first win for NLR in the last 3 seasons. The only 3 seasons NLR's been around, but the last 3 seasons nonetheless. The 82 of Brian Wirtz isn't going to let go of it that easily, though. We're about to take the white flag. The caution flag hasn't flown, And if it does now, it doesn't matter because we're going to finish this race.
Joel Hamilton powers on the outside of William Roberts. Hamilton up for 5th position. Now looking.
Oh, Christopher Perryman's going to hit the wall. Trying to just hold on and get that 3rd place position and just keep it. And he's going to try to make a move possibly on the outside.
Oh no, Brian getting loose there coming out of 4. And your winner at Phoenix is going to be Aaron Berge, the Burgonator.
The Burgonator. That's how you beat this Burgonator. Great job.
Who knew that at the end of this race we'd be talking to the Burgonator?
My man Christopher Perryman, 3rd place, and Brian Moritz, the guy we spoke to earlier on in the race, in 2nd place. And William Roberts in 5th place after getting spun.
Well, guys, we're going to go to a real quick commercial break after that exciting finish. And as we see Aaron Berge try to spin it out on the very slim front stretch at Phoenix. He's trying to figure out the logistics of it right now. He's like, all right, let's see. There's about 12 feet. My car's about 7 feet long. Taking that Monster Assault energy drink Chevrolet SS to the winner's circle. Brandon, get our winners up here. We'll be right back right after this message. DGVertec.net's primary goal is to provide you with a successful website presence. They have purpose-built their web servers successfully throughout the years. The stress testing has been done so that they can provide you with an enhanced web hosting technology that they design for using future standards today for tomorrow. They offer 24/7 support for all web hosting plans. Their team answers support tickets 24/7, so if you have a problem at any time, an agent will be more than happy to help you. If you're not satisfied with your service within 7 days, then you can get a full money-back guarantee, with a 99 uptime guaranteed as well, with plans for shared hosting starting at just $2.95. It's clear to see why DGVertec should be your choice for web hosting. Just go to www.dgvertec.net today, your web hosting solution.
Green flag.
And we are back live at Phoenix with our top 3. I think we'll start with number 3. Brandon, go ahead and talk to number 3 for us, Christopher Perryman.
All right, I am down here on the pit road with the number 41 of Christopher Perryman. Chris, you were actually one of the picks. Lance Johnson picked you to win the race here tonight. You went through some trouble early on. You fought, and you drove a great race, man. What was your thoughts on the race tonight?
It was a pretty good race. Phoenix is a pretty tricky track. You can be real tight one time and real loose the other. We had a decent setup underneath us, probably a top 5 car. So, coming home 3rd, that was pretty good for our single car team.
Yeah, definitely for a single car team. I mean, you see these big teams, Last Pick Motorsports and SHR and DHR rather. Sorry, all them teams, and you're out there, single car team, and you're building it for yourself, man. Is there anybody else that you got to thank?
I just thank No Limit Racing. They provide a great league for us to come in here and race with, and all y'all commentating the race. I mean, y'all do a real good job and make people want to watch it.
And I think I speak for the 3 of us up here, and thank you for that. And we look forward to seeing you at Las Vegas next week if you do make it. Is that one of the races you're excited for, or is that one of the races that you're like, oh, Las Vegas?
Las Vegas is a pretty good track. You really the travel can be quite tricky. I'm not sure how the new build is, but on the last build, if you could get free in the travel and lose a lot of time right there.
Yeah, that's true, and I'd like to congratulate you on your third place finish, and yeah, we'll see you next week, bud.
Thank you.
A heck of a win, Aaron. Nice job, man.
Brian Wirtz coming home in second position. Brian, take us through that last restart, and I'm not speaking for you, but it looked like you might have spun your tires.
Oh yeah, the last two restarts, I've been noticing the green flag will come out about 10 feet after that timing line, and I was setting it up so I could go. Green flag came out before the timing line, and I had to gun it, because I wasn't anticipating it.
10-4, you were able to bring it home in second position. You pretty much had the race in the bag, but the Burgonator back there behind you, or to the side of you at the time, took it away from you. Take us through the last few laps. What was going through your mind?
I knew coming into the restart, Aaron had a fantastic setup for the short run, about 10 laps or so, and then it would fall off. So I knew this was the perfect spot for him to go ahead and grab a win. The outside lane was very strong on the restart, which is how I got the lead. As soon as we got into the restart, I spun my tires. I was going to try to make it up in turn one, and I tried to squeeze him, but he didn't budge at all.
Well, if anybody knows Aaron, he wouldn't, of course.
Yeah, but I got to thank DHR and NLR for up these races. Very fun.
Anybody else out there you guys want to thank?
I got to thank my brother because he's paying my next week's entry fee.
Okay. And Daniel T. Murphy, he's definitely one of your guys' partners down there.
Yeah.
Had a little altercation there right at the end. Took him all the way back to the back.
Yep, on that second to last restart, before that caution, we were going into turn 3, as I call it. And I forget who it was. I think it was Thorndike pushed him all the way into me, and it pretty much dumped him, but he saved it. And so I told him pretty much just to try to catch back up, see what he can make back up. And got back to him. He told me that he wasn't very stable, so he said he was just going to drive straight. He wasn't going to check up or nothing. And there you have that final caution.
10-4, Brian. Well, congratulations on getting second place at Phoenix in the No Limit Racing here on MP. I can't even get it straight. Anyway, we're going to first place. The Burgonator, Lance Johnson, nicknamed you the Burgonator earlier today. If you want to know what a Burgonator is, it's a frosted donut. You slice it in half, 2 whole beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, tomato, cheese, and 4 slices of bacon. So that's what you are.
Of course, nice. Aaron Berge, man, I was trying to think of a nickname the whole time. I was talking about you so much, so I thought, hey, man, the Burgonator. So I started calling you after he told us that it was going to be a split in half donut. I called you the Diabetes Burgonator, but that kind of got erased anyway. But, I spoke about you so much in the race, and you were just, you led so many laps, and you put on a great show, and, it really showed off, man. What was going through your mind? Did you have any specific game plans or anything regarding your setup, or what?
Oh, man. It's a good feeling, I'll tell you that. I went 2 years in this league with no wins. Finally got my first win. As far as what was going through my head, man, I thought I screwed myself. I really did. When I went into the pits on, I think it was lap 107, and I noticed everybody was staying out, and it ended up being a one-stop race for everybody else, 2-stop race for me. I thought I was out of it, but those cautions helped me out, man.
Yeah, man, I saw you go a lap down at one point. I was like, oh, man, Aaron Berge's going down, but, sure enough, you came through, and I obviously was cheering on for Christopher Perryman, and, you all put on a great show, and they both took my interviews with those 2 guys. I was trying to think of something to say the whole time, and I had Brian Wirtz as the no decal warrior for aerodynamics, and then I had Christopher Perryman, just a warrior coming from the rear. But obviously, you put on a great show, man, and I had a great time watching. Is there anybody you'd like to thank?
Oh, absolutely. I definitely want to thank, my sponsors, obviously Monster, DC Shoes. But most of all, I want to thank my crew chief and fellow teammate driver, Kevin Parsons, for building me a rocket on the restarts.
All right, man. Well, thanks for putting that rocket to show, man. I had a blast watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys at Las Vegas next week.
All right, man. Thank you.
Hey, we're still live here. Anybody else? We've got about 15 people in here. Anybody else got anything to say? And I take that as a no.
It was just a great race.
It was. It was an awesome race.
Yeah, there was one time I went to pass Aaron, and I dove it. I almost had him cleared coming out, too, and he had that run on the high side. I dove it down into turn 3 hoping I'd clear him, and I just barely did.
Well, it definitely was a good race. Now, towards the beginning, I didn't think we were going to get out of here till about Easter. But you guys finally got it in check and took care of business. Great run, guys.
Yeah, man, we got through that first set of cautions, and I think it took that. Everybody calmed down, had those 2 really good green flag runs. Awesome race. Awesome race.
Yeah, the beginning one was really weird. I mean, the leader even spun out by himself. And
he did, yes.
We weren't quite sure what was going on, if it was a setup or if it was some kind of iRacing glitch or something.
That was Jesse Kaplan.
Hey, Wooly.
Yes?
Keeping the clean car streak alive.
There you go.
0 incidents.
Hey, you got to have a car you can polish up.
Both of them are showroom cars, last week's and this week's car.
Hey, no body work for the guys in the garage this week. Just load it up and take it to Las Vegas, baby.
There's a few Gen 6 modifieds tonight, man.
I'm definitely ready for Vegas.
Well, they're going to have to put a whole new front clip on mine. I think I got that pretty early, making some contact with the 33.
Hey, man, I called you to win. Too, so, I mean, I'm happy with it, I wanted to pull the
I was just trying
out.
to get a top 5. So top 3, I mean, that's pretty good. You got to look at the talent that I'm trying to race against. I mean, you got some people that are really good at building setups, and I'm not one of them. So I do what I can do.
I'd like to race in the Las Vegas race. That's one I'd like to get into.
I can't wait till we get to the flatter tracks like New Hampshire, Barnesville. Those are really going to be fun.
I agree. It'll be fun to watch also.
43 cars going around Barnesville. You imagine that?
Not really.
Not after this restart first.
Well, Bristol. 43 cars at Bristol. That's going to be just a cluster.
Well, from everybody here at MW Productions and everybody from No Limit Racing, Lance Johnson, thank you very much for coming in the booth tonight. Brandon Wilkinson, good job, guys. We got a little bored in the middle of it, made up some nicknames, got the Burgonator out of it. We're all happy about that.
One other thank you to go out. Thank you to, obviously, Michael Woolley Productions for putting on the show, and thank you, broadcasters, period. Everybody. Awesome.
Anytime.
All right, everybody in the room at the same time, say thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
You're all sweethearts.
That sweetheart move.
Wow.
Look who snuck his way up into the 5th and 6th position. Michael Woolley, who led just a couple of laps shortly on some old tires here at Charlotte. He's made his way back up to the front. Now he's working on the outside of CJ Lavera for that 6th spot as Michael Woolley now gives the number 10 truck a little bump into turn 1, John Abbott.